Running? Right. Call halal
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai.
Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone.
Shalom.
And all the street brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. We're back out here again, man. Everything's moving beautifully, man. America is falling before our eyes. The people are disillusioned. They got no heroes, like we told you. Like we told you from the very beginning, there are no heroes.
Just snakes.
Oh, the only people that have a hero is the Israelites, and his name is Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's the one that's gonna rise up and deliver our people. Now, can we get that in numbers? The star that shall arise out of Jacob.
24.
We have you see, the beautiful thing is we have a Messiah who is true, who ain't a liar, who ain't a deceiver, who ain't working against us. He's working for us, man. Not these Edomites. Even these Edomites, they don't have no one that's working for them. The elites aren't working for the average everyday Edomite. And now they're finding out. They thought, oh yeah, Donald Trump, he's anointed by God. He's a good Christian. He's gonna come and we're gonna get all them jobs back. We gonna get, I gotta do my American accent now. We gonna get all them their jobs, and we gonna be rich again. My uncle, he lost his job in the factory. The factory went to Mexico. The factory went to China. China took all our jobs. No. Listen, who do you think sent the jobs over there?
Yeah.
The same people that own and control Trump. America, the American dream is a lie. The elites don't care about you. You don't have righteous and loving leaders like we do. We have a righteous and loving and leader.
Since you mentioned that, right, let me grab this, right? The point is in verse 7. But I want to read
Gosh,
4,
darn
right?
it. Sorry.
It's Isaiah 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury.
And that's mainly talking about the enemies of our enemies, the so-called white men and the other nations. Yahweh Shai is going to tread them down for our sake, man. You're going to break them up into pieces.
Yep. I would make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring their strength to the earth, bring them down, because America is supposed to be that mighty nation, right? But they ain't going to have no strength after Yahweh Shai turn up the angels. Right? It says, verse 7, I will mention the loving kindness of the Lord, Yahweh.
Yeah, we have a Lord that loves us, man. The scripture tells you that. And the scripture says nothing. Well, the Lord laid down his life for the sheep. You think Donald Trump would lay down his life for you people? Listen, we ain't even going to get into that. If you want to listen, Trump don't give a damn. Look, man, the Bible tells you these are the ungodly that prosper in this world. These Edomites, the whole purpose, and the thing is, they've already told you this. Noam Chomsky came out in the book Propaganda and told you what it is. The politicians, they're all part of the servant class, man, and their job is to the specialized class, and their job is to serve the owners of society. You average everyday Edomites are not owners in the society. You too are servants. You serve your elites. Just like in ancient Egypt, right? You had the pharaoh and you had the priesthood, and then you had all the rest of the Egyptians who were servants to pharaoh. That's who you are.
Because you're lied to make you believe that all these politicians, they're here to serve the people. That's a lie. They serve their masters, man.
America was never set up for the people. No, it was set up. It's on the dollar bill for the New World Order. Was that your plan?
Because if that was the truth, if that was the truth, it wouldn't work just for the few then.
Yeah, it's for the few.
But
that's why that's why they got where they got now, where they to the point of crisis that they needed a savior. You see what I'm saying? If America was designed and set up for the people, then why would you get to a point of crisis where they're crying out for a savior to save them? And they're blaming China and this, that, and the other.
It told you a new way out, man.
Nah, man, you were never. The America was always designed to enrich the few, which is the elite. Now you got a little bit along the way, but now they're taking that little bit that they allowed you to have. They're taking it away from you because your elite, your own leaders don't love you, man. They don't love you. Now we have leaders that love us, beginning with the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and then David. David loved his people, man. David was willing to lay down his life for his people. David was willing to suffer. Can we get that account? When the Lord wanted to punish the people, and David said, "No, let the punishment be on me." David is a true leader of the people. You ain't never had a leader like that, man. What? Oh, JFK, get out of here, man. Is that your belief? Good.
It says, I will mention the loving kindness of the Lord Yahweh and the praises of the Lord Yahweh according to all that the Lord had bestowed on us, right? All the promises, right?
If the elites really wanted, forget Jake. Let's just concentrate on you Edomites. All you Edomites could be living 1,000,000 times better than you are. They work against you. The whole left-right paradigm is really to control you. They already had Jake under control. The whole left-right paradigm is really for you peon Edomites to keep you under control while they live like high on the hog, like kings, and make you think that you somebody when you really nobody. You're in the working class because they can make it where your standard of living is way higher than it is.
And they sell you the American dream to pursue. You know, just working a little harder and all this stuff. It could all be yours. No, not when the elites are taken.
It's China. It's China.
Taken, it can't.
No, it's China. You fools, man. You fools. No, it was never China. And then Trump tried to be like, well, yeah, it was some of the people that were here, but I'm different. So now I'm gonna make America great again. And you think it's talking about you. You morons. It was never about you. But that's all right. You're the devil anyway. So the devil deserves what the devil gets.
Yep.
We're not feeling sorry for you. You're two-time losers.
Yep, still got numbers.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It says, which he hath bestowed on them according to his mercies and according to the multitude of his loving kindness. For he says, surely they are my people, children that will not lie. So he was their savior.
Yeah.
Our savior, right?
He's going to be our savior. And he's Yahweh Shai, the son of the heavenly father, is not a savior unto the other nations, and especially unto the so-called white man. So you got no saviors. You Americans don't know it yet. You're starting to kind of feel that little feeling inside. Oh man, Trump and the Epstein. You know, man, I feel betrayed. You fool, man. and I've been watching this thing for a long time, man. And it's like the right actually think they're superior to the left. They're both as retarded, because it was obvious to anyone that Trump was bought and paid for from a long way. He already had a whole 4 years, and in that 4 years, what did he do? He didn't drain the swamp. Where was the swamp drained?
He part of the swamp.
Not even a bit of the swamp. I thought Hillary Clinton, I thought they had evidence. Remember the laptop?
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton's laptop?
Yeah.
Oh, no, let's not talk about that no more. He didn't arrest Hillary Clinton. He didn't arrest anyone.
Yeah.
People forgot about that. Then when the jab thing came, he was the father of the jab, right? He went right along with it. And they were like, oh, well, because he didn't know no better. Then why is he a great leader then? Every time he did some foolishness, they excused it by saying, oh, he was getting bad advice. Well, he's not a good leader, then, isn't it? Because if I could see it, how come he couldn't see it? No, he could see it. He was doing exactly what was meant to be done. They needed a massive wealth transfer, trillions of dollars he printed out of nowhere and transferred it to the elites, and then he just did it again. Come on, man. When they inaugurate these presidents, man, they're not inaugurating them for the people. They're inaugurating them to serve the purpose of the elites, their agenda, which isn't the agenda of the average man sitting in his house, Joe Bloggs. Your agenda, you're just trying to feed your family. They don't give a damn about your family. In fact, they're willing to sacrifice your family for their new world order.
Oh, no, got a few. This is Proverbs 29, I start from verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, but people rejoice.
Right. You people only rejoice falsely. You don't rejoice because you're actually living fulfilling lives. You rejoice because they pump you full of escapism while they drain you. They make sure you have all the sports that's possible. Not just one, not just two. They just make sure you got
there's something every day.
Every sport. They make sure you've got entertainment, unlimited entertainment, unlimited drugs. They ain't gonna be no shortage of cocaine. You best believe there's not gonna be no shortage of cocaine. There's not gonna be no shortage of heroin. There's not gonna be no shortage of marijuana. There's not gonna be no shortage of alcohol. They're gonna provide you with everything you need, right, to forget about the reality of your life. while they're doing what? Building a digital prison for you to reside in.
Passing bills.
Yeah. Like they just did the stable coin bill just now to bring in all the foolishness. Yeah. Because no matter who gets into power, left or right, the agenda of the New World Order has been going forward.
They dumb you down.
And they give you drama on the TV. Oh, this person's fighting against this person, and I'm on this team. I'm team left. I'm team right. Let's fight each other. All that foolishness, like. But you don't even know that you're messed up because you've been the what's it called, the bread and the circuses. The circuses keep you distracted. If they were to take away all the entertainment from America, bro, the place would implode because people would actually start thinking about the reality.
Imagine that. There's no way to escape. No entertainment. No computer console. No internet. No none of this. You want to be screwing, bro.
You start to realize how much you hate your family, how destroyed you are, how destroyed you are as individuals that you really can't get along, like on a normal level. Man, like most families, if you get too many of them together in the same place, there's gonna be beef. There's gonna be problems because these people are damaged.
You're gonna be popping them antidepressants, man. You know, because you're gonna be stressed out.
That's what happened in 2020, isn't it? Domestic abuse increased.
Well, a lot of people, just the basic family unit don't get along. The brothers and sisters don't get along. The children and the parents don't get along. They have to be distracted from the fact that something's gone wrong here. We're all disconnected and messed up.
And all of the AI is just going to exacerbate it.
Yeah.
Like now we're in a situation where, like, in terms of like communication, do all via the AI. Yeah. In terms of like the different lusts that you want to fulfill and stuff like that, you can just like what Prince of Probably shared a thing saying one woman, I think she's marrying, like she wants to marry, like so ChatGPT is the relation that she never had.
But guess what? There was a guy just the other day that had the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, but with the gender war, that's the end of it. You got all these people, man and woman can't interact together no more. It's gonna have to be but it's all by design, and it always has been. Like the brother always says, man, the system is always going to do what it was designed to do. But they always make it look like it's incompetence. It's not. The education system isn't dumbing people down because of incompetence. Mm-hmm. The healthcare system isn't failing people through incompetence. No, it's doing what it's meant to do, because if they wanted for it to run properly, if they wanted people to have proper nutrition, they could do that. It's in the power of their hand. They have the money and the resources and the knowledge. Because all the knowledge you find out, the elites know. Oh, yeah, I found out that fluoride ain't good for you. Oh, so you think the man that put it in the water? Oh, so you found that out. You found that out, right? But them man don't know that. They don't know. You know, you go on Twitter and it's got all these things that says this ain't good for you, that ain't good for you. You think the people at the top of society don't know that?
It comes out in the news like a new discovery. Yeah. But how could it be?
No, they know that. You just cut. So then that means if this been introduced and made mainstream, it was done so on purpose. Because they know the knowledge of how to do things the right way is not somewhere on Mars, somewhere that don't exist. The knowledge is here. They've chosen to not apply that knowledge and apply this on purpose.
You know, all he saw deals with his rich, bro. Yeah. So he knows exactly what he's using these things for.
100%. You know, you think they don't know what social media is doing to people? Of course they did. But they wanted to do that. Go on, now. Right.
And it says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right, the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, because the wicked are gonna just do evil. Everything's based on, well, what did Yahushua say? Love thy neighbor as thyself. Do you think that Donald Trump lives by the notion of love thy neighbor as thyself? No, he don't. He don't give a fuck about it. You think he can? Donald Trump? Donald Trump, he cares about our families. Donald Trump don't. Yeah, when he gets on camera, he'll be like, how are you? What's your name? Oh, you got a family, and he'll act like I care about this individual for the camera, and then the dickheads watch that and say, see, Donald Trump cares about us.
And this is
bro.
what I tell you, the all actors, man.
Yeah, it's Homelander. He's Homelander. He doesn't actually care about you.
Old-ass Homelander.
Yeah. Are you for real? He doesn't love his neighbor as he loves himself. Of course he doesn't. They don't live by the principles of the scriptures, man. That's why we're in this condition.
Go on, jump to verse 7. It says, the righteous considereth the cause of the poor,
Right. The righteous is going to be mindful about the poor, to take care of the poor, to build them up. Esau, the elites don't care about building up people that are weak. They care about making them weaker and keeping them in that position so they can have control over them. That's what you got to understand. If they really wanted to, they could easily reduce the wealth gap, right? And make it where the people have a little bit more down here and they would still have a lot. They don't want that. They want the people to be weak. They want third world countries to be third world countries. They don't want them to be on no higher level than they are. So they actively go and do things to keep them in that position. Then they'll go to some G8 and say, we're having a war on poverty.
Yeah.
Just like the war on drugs, but there's more drugs than ever.
Esau doesn't do competition, man.
He doesn't care.
What you see as competition is him running both sides. He doesn't do competition.
He has a sadistic that sadism. He gains pleasure from destroying and corrupting people and seeing people in the dilapidated situation. Not because they did anything to him. You know, it's just he likes that. They like to see that people are messed up. That's part of their program.
The book of Jeremiah 13:23. Can an Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
You go through the history of this kingdom, it's scandal after scandal. Scandal after scandal. Esau will do anything, especially if you don't know about it, he'll do it all. They don't care. They'll cut every corner, they'll poison your kids, they'll do whatever it takes, man.
They've done this repeatedly.
They've done it repeatedly. Esau ain't even good to his own people, let alone our people. This is the facts. Yeah, send the man over to Vietnam. Like, they don't care. Agent Orange, yeah, that affected his own people. The depleted uranium rounds was affecting their own people. They didn't give a fuck about them. The veterans. You see how the veterans are suffering.
The bridges and shit.
Edomite veterans.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. What's Trump doing for them? What's Trump doing for them? All that money he's printing, how come he ain't printing some money to help out the veterans? Because what's the point of that? We want these men to go anyway.
Caprice on the mindset.
Man playing on Calypso in the church. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy work. Yeah, it sounds like it.
As you're saying that these elites get off on the suffering of others, right? There's like a German term for that.
Shouldn't pray that.
Yeah. You know, I was
but no, I'm not bringing that one down.
Yeah. But this is from Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'm reading from verse 1, but I'm going to jump down, right? It says, for the ungodly said, the ungodly, right? Reason with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave, right? I'm going to jump down to verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, but it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, and let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures as in youth, right? They just seek to use people, man.
Yeah.
Use and destroy people like Marilyn Manson.
So basically, they got no morals. They only have morale. There's a difference. They don't have morals, man.
They don't make them feel good.
They're good at acting like they got morals. This is what Esau's good at. The angel, Satan is turned into an angel of light. They're good at projecting morals. But in reality, they don't have morals, man. They do whatever they can get away with.
Do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. That's literally the whole of the law for these people. That includes Trump.
Yep.
He's a Kabbalist too. That was already exposed. That's why when you see these people, these men are all witches and warlocks, man. They don't believe in the righteousness or the scriptures or of the Most High, man. What are we talking about? That man will murder you, no problem.
Yep. So let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
And that's how the elites live. The top 1%, they live, and they don't put the camera on themselves. You know, and that's another trick they did. They have the celebrity class. So your eyes is always on the celebrity class, and everyone's always focusing on these celebrities. You focus on celebrities and celebrity politicians, so you never see like what's behind them. Because there's bare men that are like got bare money and wealth. You don't know who they are. They're not household names. But guess what? That's by design. They don't allow to speak these man's name too much on the news. But guess what? Every 2 minutes they'll talk about Jay-Z. They'll talk about Kim Kardashian and Diddy and all these celebrities, and they'll have a magazine, and on the magazine it'll be from front to cover. It's all celebrity. Oh, what's he doing? But you don't know what the people who are actually running your society are doing. You don't know their names. You don't know their family ties. Yep. For the most part, they keep themselves out of the limelight. But the life they're living is extreme luxury. Like even these guys, the higher agents like Bill Gates and that, they have a way that they operate that you know they're rich, but you can't really see how rich they are. Whereas you probably think Diddy's more rich because of the way that they purposely make these men be flamboyant about their riches. So they'll see Bill Gates or Zuckerberg with like a plain cotton shirt on, and they'll be like, see, these men don't spend money on shirts. Bro, the shirt costs like $5,000. That's not a cheap shirt. It's just that you don't know because they're not advertising to you what that. They don't even want you to know what brand that is because they don't want to go to the shop and have you there trying to buy one. You understand? Like, it's all by design.
Where they holiday as well and all of that. Like, you got certain places in the
when do you ever rub shoulders with your elites on holiday?
Never.
It never happens.
And that's why they do it. That's why sometimes people will look at it and be like, why is that place so expensive? It's got nothing to do with how good it is. It's just price.
They don't want you to get in there. Like Monaco and places like that.
Switzerland's got a place called GSTAAD. Or what you call one guy I used to work with, his family like connects loads to dinner. He was saying like allegedly that the bill was like 70 quid.
Of course. And there's so many millionaire Edomites, like these Edomites, especially these top elite families. They got money, man. They print the money. They print the money and just running the world on a different level. And most people can't understand the scope of it because again, what they truly understand is sports and celebrityism. That's the world they understand. They know Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and all these.
You even got to pay when you own it. You know, to walk in a place
Bro,
and say
these guys splurge. You just don't hear about them splurging. They hella splurge. They splurge more than the rappers splurge.
Costly wine.
Yeah,
you know,
there's bottles of water out there that them man sell for dumb money. But you won't hear about that because they don't. That's not for you. That's not part of the celebrityism culture that they want you to focus on. And in America, that's what everyone focuses on.
It needs to rock. You know,
they don't want you to know the truth about what's really happening and how these super elites actually live and all the assets and everything they own. Because then you'll be like, then Rod, like, what are we doing? What are we doing out here?
And that's why these celebrities are really just on a low level. They're just on a higher level than us.
They're a distraction. Yeah. They're nothing. They're there to distract you and to influence you, right? And that's it. But these super dons out here, man, they're doing very well for themselves, man.
Look how hurt all of them celebrities were during this TV.
Yeah.
They couldn't perform. That means they weren't getting the because it was something like they make a lot of money from merch,
touring and stuff like that.
Touring and stuff. All of the merch that they sell everywhere. Because when you look at a model, that Spotify model, Apple Play model. They don't get paid.
Even the guy from Spotify, when he bought Arsenal or whatever, I didn't know who that guy was. And you ain't heard about him since. But he's still rich as hell. Yeah. That's how you know another reason why we tell you that Jake ain't on no level. Because Esau's wealth is so far beyond Jake. Like, Jake get a couple guys that's got millions, and that's a big thing. Or Dr. Dre. There's so many Dr. Dre's among Esau.
Like, what's that saying? You can't see the truth for the forest, isn't it? Yeah. Esau's wealth is so massive, you don't actually see it, bro. It's
hidden. These Edomites be up in central London and they come through and you'll never know. You'll never know that these people got the money.
Like where we stand right now, someone owns this, right?
Yep.
We don't know who it is, but we're here, like, we don't really consider, oh, this is part of someone's assets or someone's wealth, but we're just walking through things like it's nothing, but these men own this shit, you know?
Man.
Own whole countries and
they have power.
Yep.
You know, and they have influence, but their influence is behind the scenes. Their influence is the phone call influence. Their influence is, do this, do that. Not Trump's influence. Trump's tweeting on that's that out in the open thing. Oh, thank you for your attention on this matter. He ain't the real power. If he was the real power, he wouldn't be doing everything he does, wouldn't be tweeted. Oh, I'm gonna call him. He's doing messages to fucking the president of China on fucking Twitter, man. That's not how the world really works. But that's a show for the people to consume and talk about and distract themselves with, while the real movements happen behind the scenes, in the shadows.
It says, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor and righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
They believe that might is right. As long as they're strong, as long as they're in a position of power, that anything they do to the weak is justified. That's their religion. That's why they do what they do to the people. And they have absolute contempt for the people.
And that's what that whole expression of, I sit alone and no one beside me. He has the power to do what he wants because no one can really challenge him and stop prevent him from doing it. Exactly.
You're a little man. The only thing you could do is start voting. And they laughing at you like, guys, man, take part in our ritual. Because that's all you did. All you MAGA lot did, which MAGA goes back to a demon, if you didn't know that. All they got you to do is participate in a giant ritual. But once you voted for Trump, is he not in for 4 years? So what can you do about what he does now? That's why you're all frustrated. Oh, I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. When you voted, when you go and you do the ritual of voting, even the left, when you actually cast your ballot, you are taking part in a ritual that says that I lend my energy to the enterprise. Now, you might say, well, but I voted for this particular candidate to do this particular thing. No, you voted for the candidate, but you also voted for the winner. When you cast that vote, your agreement is that whoever wins is the president. Don't you understand that?
Because you're agreeing to the method that's being used.
So the only reason they're having that is to give you the illusion of you having any kind of power and to gain your consent. You've consented to this. Oh, no, I didn't. No, yes, you did. By casting the ballot, you've agreed in the system where when you cast that ballot, whoever gets into power,
because they sold you the idea.
They have the power.
They sold you the idea of democracy, so it's a fair thing that goes on. Because if you really want your leader in, force the thing, innit? You could do that. It's not democracy. It's not democratic, right?
Yeah, and you'd hold them accountable.
Exactly.
You can't.
No.
You could vote someone into power, and if they don't do what they said on their campaign trail, when have they ever got in trouble for that? Someone explain it to me. If democracy was real, it would be this is what I'm gonna do, and if I don't do it, I'll get fired immediately. Immediately, I'll be fired. That's how it should work. It's like a company. If a guy comes in, it's like even a manager, a football manager. Let's put it like that. They man must sit down with the manager and say, "Listen, we want Champions League this year. We want Champions League, and we want domestic top 4 finish. You know them one thing, yeah." When man get to January, and it ain't looking like it's gonna happen, and he ain't fulfilling his promise, what happens? The media start talking about it, and then my man starts moving spooky, and they're just waiting for everyone looks on the what's it called, the fixtures, and if it's Man United, if they got like a Liverpool game coming up, it's like, yeah, but you better win that game. you know what I mean? Because if man don't win that game, then you know the P45 is coming down the line, and rightfully so, because when you took the job, there was an agreement of the objectives that you had to succeed. But these politicians don't have that. You just vote them in, like Trump now. Think of it. He's got 4 years now. He even told you won't never need to vote for me again. because technically he doesn't have another 4 years after this. So he could do whatever he wants now. So what? Oh, we voted for you. Yes, and that's why I'm here. But in the democracy, that's the only actual part you play.
Yep. That's it.
You cast a vote, and after that, you don't have no power to do anything else but that.
You have to accept the vote.
It's witchcraft, man. So the elites are thanking you for taking part in their ritual, okay, to destroy your own families.
Verse 10 back, Proverbs 29 and 10, it says, "The bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just seek his soul." Verse 12, it says, "If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked."
There you go.
And the scripture speaks about, this Esau or Satan deceiving the whole world. Everybody's under these lies, man. This whole place is in darkness and in wickedness.
Lies and deception. Trump and Clinton and them were all best friends. They were all friends and friendly. But then when Trump's running for office, all of a sudden they don't like him. But then the first time he got voted in, there was a point where he had a ceremony and he said, "I'd like to thank Hillary and the thing for coming, and I'm glad that they could be here." And I'm like, look at this. So this is all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Before he got elected, remember they tried to put him in prison, and then he had a gala that all the people that were trying to put him in prison were there, and he was there sitting next to them just chatting.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, if these men really were trying to end your life and put you in prison, there's no way you'd be going to some dinner with them and chatting. Smokes and mirrors, man, to fool you, the American people, because you're fools. We're not fools because we don't listen. One thing we do know: all Edomites are devils, so we don't even engage in it. Yeah. We just know straight away, yeah, that's a devil, and that's a devil. Devil A and devil B, and we don't pick the lesser of two evils.
There's no distinction.
Yeah, go on.
Ecclesiasticus 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
So that makes you Jake, that's trying to jump on Esau's bandwagons, make you even more stupid, because if you can see that Esau don't even care about his own people, then how much less does he care about you? But you even had these black conservatives trying to jump, because they found out that the Democratic Party was pulling a ruse on them, which is true. The Democratic Party, they don't care about so-called black people. They what's it called? What's the word?
Placate.
Yeah, they placate, and they act as if they care about black people. But Bill Clinton wrote the crime bill, and then man, like,
and what's her face was executed a lot of it.
Kamala. These people. Now it's true. The Dems have never done anything for so-called black people, but they play race politics and act as if they're the party that loves black people. We know that, but then these dumb Negroes found that out and said, "That's why I won't be a conservative." I'm like, God damn, man, come on, bro. So you found out that the Democrats are playing you, and now you want to side with the conservatives. You've gone from the left to the right, and you think that makes you smart. Now, all the conservatives believe in scientific racism. So people like Candace are getting called out. They're calling them liberals for not accepting that blacks have low IQ. This is why was you even there in the first place? There is no Edomite side for you to join in and be on. That's your side.
You haven't got a party, man.
What are you doing even getting involved?
The only one for us is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man. Let the Edomites play with their little left and right. One with purple hair and one with the buzz cut, yeah. And let them man fight it out between each other, man. Why are you getting involved trying to pick a side? None of them sides is for you. That's like going into an interrogation and you trying to pick the side, which good cop, bad cop. They're both there to get the information out of you to put you in jail, man. But they thought they were so smart. Oh yeah, I'm a black conservative. The conservatives, and I'm American. Bro, them right wingers don't give a damn about you.
The thing is, man, these things, they all idiots, man. For playing this game in the first place.
Yeah, but that's why we just stick to Yahweh Shai, man, and we're all right. We don't get surprised,
the rock, the firm foundations, man.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai don't do nothing that's crazy. That we're like, oh, what's he doing? What's happening here? That's not what we voted for. Yeah, Yahweh Shai has never done nothing.
Exactly.
We know exactly what Yahweh Shai stands for, man. Because he's faithful. The Bible says he's faithful and true. So you ain't gonna get no skullduggery. Like psych, you go,
just kidding. It says, well, that's one of the things I think. But he doesn't even keep his own word. And if a man hasn't even got his own words, like really, what you doing, trusting in it?
But that's why it's saying never trust on him. This guy speaks like a serpent.
On the first day, I'd have the Ukraine-Russia war. It'll be over in one day.
Yeah, right.
6 months later. Sending
the art of the deal.
Yeah.
He didn't even write that book. He didn't even write the book. He didn't write. It's just name is on the book. He didn't write art of the deal. Oh, it's the art of the deal. And then and then he had the whole BS argument with Zelensky in the White House. And people believe that was real. You got two actors. Understand that Trump has already been an actor.
Yep.
He's been on a cameo. He's had his own TV program, which is the You're Fired, which is scripted. If anyone didn't know, by the way, reality TV is scripted. If you didn't know, if you think that everything you see on reality TV is real, Love Island and all that, it's very scripted, yeah. So he already had a TV show. He already been on WWE with Vince McMahon, and him and Vince McMahon had beef, right?
Yeah.
Him and Vince McMahon had beef, right?
You're hiring 2 New Mexicans.
Yeah.
So he's the actor. What's Zelensky?
Actor.
He's an actor, turned politician, yeah?
Strictly Come Dancing.
They turn up in the White House, have a big argument in the flipping White House. In front of everyone. Discussing shit that you just wouldn't normally do. That kind of stuff wouldn't happen. Yeah? He's going up. Nah, brother, we don't run that. He had all that beef. Everyone's like, see, Trump is standing up to Zelensky because they want all of our money. Which, by the way, the money that America and Britain send to Ukraine isn't going to the Ukrainian people.
No.
It's going to the military-industrial complex.
And it's a loan.
And it's a loan. So if you think that they're just giving money to Ukraine because they're being charitable, no, they're giving money to the military-industrial complex. Yeah? Just like when they're giving money to Israel, the money's not going to Israel. The money is going to the military-industrial complex. But that's how they keep people. You know, they're giving money to Ukraine. No, they're giving money to themselves.
Yeah.
But it's your money. You're going to pay for it in your taxes. But they're giving it to the people who own Lockheed Martin and all that kind of stuff, right? But people thought, okay, so he's going to cut off Zelensky. You know, he's going to cut off Zelensky because Zelensky don't want to make a deal. So Trump's a tough guy. He's going to stop giving Ukraine weapons and just let the war end, and Ukraine's going to lose. What did my man just do a couple of days ago? What did Trump do a couple of days ago? He just sent more weapons to Ukraine. So people are not even paying attention. A couple months ago, that all that fear happened, and he just die hard, but just under the radar, yeah, send them some more money. What? Yeah, because it was all bullshit. They never would. If they wanted that war to end, Zelensky is a CIA asset. He's owned by America. If they wanted that war to end, it would end today.
Yeah.
They don't want the war to end. They'll tell you they want it to end and do some fucking smoke and mirrors on the fucking TV because they need you to think that. Oh, see, he's trying to end it. He's a peace. When really, no.
And even put it into the equation, man, it's all the same shit ultimately. They're not discussing about how to end the war.
They don't want that war to end. If they wanted it to end, it would end, and that'll be it.
Because that's not the agenda of the league right now.
They're benefiting from that crisis, so it's going to continue
until it's no longer necessary.
Until it's not necessary no more. Then they'll find an excuse to end it.
Yeah, and bring
Zelensky doesn't have any power. The dude's a comedian that JOO that they just put as a puppet into a situation.
Now he's a hardened military vet.
Oh yeah,
front lines, the president on the front
line. He's wearing all the garments and the guy. It's just bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
man. He's a brave man. Yeah, brave man.
Yeah, brave.
Oh, it's just all smoke and mirrors, man. Zelensky don't run shit in Ukraine. Ukraine already got high-level elite JOOs that's been there. In fact, Ukraine has been a hotbed for these guys for a long time. A lot of these the Nazis were Ukrainian and shit, man. The Ukraine, you go back into the history, a lot of these weirdo Jesuit type dudes come out of Ukraine. A lot of the Bolshevik dudes came out of Ukraine.
Just a little bit. Ecclesiasticus 14 and 6 says, "There is none worse than he that envies himself, and and this is the recompense of his weakness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his weakness."
Right, they might do some things here and there, and it might benefit you. But it's always the long game is to get it back.
It's to subvert.
It's to subvert you. So it's a long game they're playing. It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's to say if you do good, you unwillingly.
It might be something that they need to do to get the heat off, but they're gonna get you in the long run. Esau don't care about you. He don't care about the people. If he did, America wouldn't be the way it is. They've got enough money and resources. The fact that they're trying to blame China, Trump tried to blame China for the reason why so many Americans are down bad and suffering. He making it look like the man them in the sweatshops in China was stealing all the Americans' wealth. No, they weren't. Them man were earning like $1 an hour and shit.
Just bang.
They couldn't afford the products that they were making. How were they stealing everything? No, it was all the elites. Your American elites were making money hand over fist and weren't giving you none of the money.
Because all of the manufacturers, they came out like, look, we make this for this much. And how much are they charging you?
Because I guarantee you, all these American companies, they got richer.
Apple was one of the
that's what I'm saying, right?
The elites in America have been getting richer.
American companies, CEOs have been getting richer, but the American people.
It's the people at the bottom that are not got the
Exactly.
wealth gap is
That's it.
increasing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they had the nerve to blame it on someone else, man. And the people are like, yeah, it's China. Get them, Trump.
Yeah.
Fucking.
If I could say just from a philosophical point of view, like the Chinese philosophy on housing is that it's not supposed to be an asset, which is why you'll see they'll come over here and buy the houses instead, right? Which is why it's allegedly it's like 90% of Chinese people own their
They
home.
own their own home, but it's not like that in America. Why? And it could be.
Yeah. Could
All
be,
that
yeah.
wealth that was flowing into America could have been distributed in a way towards the people, but they didn't want to do that because America is supposed to grind. It's Egypt. Egypt is bondage, man. It's supposed to be oppressive. How again? We got to go back to how was the Egyptian society ran? The pharaoh and the priesthood owned all the land, and all the other Egyptians were slaves.
Yeah.
This is the Egyptian way.
Yeah.
That's why when you get people saying, "Oh, we stole everything from Egypt," no. When you go into the law, the Lord had said that every family's supposed to have a possession in the land.
Yep.
Well, hold on. I thought we stole everything from Egypt. No. Our laws are designed specifically so that a situation like Egypt wouldn't happen.
Yep.
That you would never get a situation where the king and a small elite of nobles would own everything. In fact, the Lord speaks against that in the book of Jeremiah. He says, "Woe unto them that join house to house and field to field." That's talking about that situation where you're buying up everything and one man owns everything and everyone else is basically just a land a rent a feudal system. Our system is not a feudal system.
Made to make us independent.
So the wealth gap among our people wouldn't be some crazy wealth gap.
I mean, even if you look at the story of Ruth and the book of Ruth and how they had to extensively look for a family man.
Just to make sure that the land was safe.
It was like, if it wasn't a big deal, someone like, look, man, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Charge. But no, they had to do an extensive process.
Because you can't have
take up the shoe.
in a society, the majority of citizens should be owners within that society. Owners. America, the majority of people are not owners or employers. The most of the people are employees and are living off someone else. That's a feudal society.
That's Egypt.
It's Egypt.
That's why you got the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill, man. That's their
and they want it to be even worse than that. That's why they said you will own nothing.
Yeah. So I just looked something up real quick. So what percent of homes in England are empty? Right, so in England, approximately 4% of all dwellings were unoccupied in 2022. This equates to over 1 million properties. Wow. So, and this is it. It's like a lot of
we
those.
got a housing crisis.
Exactly. You got a lot of people that will own multiple houses, and they're supposed to be like for profit basically. Like these, when you go central London, it's them big, them
especially in Manchester. A lot of them are empty.
Yeah. A lot of them are empty because once again, these are just properties that are used for like not laundering money per se, but it's like it's like
a way for them
investment.
It's a way for them to actually with the CCP. If you're talking about China, it's very difficult to get money in and out of China in a certain way. So if they buy assets in America, they can go back to China and take a loan out in China based upon those assets, and then you get that's how you're getting your money over there. But it's BS. Listen, it's not supposed. We already have a system that avoids all of the bullshit that's happening in America. It's in the scripture. If you want a system that avoids all the problems that America is having, it's in the Bible. It's a system of ownership, which is meted out to the people. And then yes, you're still gonna get rich and you're still gonna get poor, but you're not gonna get rich and you're not gonna get poor. Yeah, but this is how it is.
Well, precept on the law of the king. This is Deuteronomy 17 from verse 14. And it says, "When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over thee, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shall thou set king over thee."
So we're only really supposed to choose from among our brethren first and foremost. That's how we don't get involved in the voting. And people say, but then how can you complain? But bro, you think it matters? Listen, look at the UK, right? Labour Listen, man, you get around your family at Christmas and whatever, and it's just Labour. And Labour, remember when we did come from, we come from months like, it's Labour, give us the British citizenship. Labour, and you can't say nothing, and you're just like, because Labour, and most of these people think Labour is for the poor people and all this bullshit, which
Union,
they set themselves up a certain way,
but they're really more central.
But overall, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Yeah.
And then you know what proved it? They thought Labour was going to come in and save everybody from this conservative era. And they came in and just went mad on that out here. Like,
and then
they actually tapped the poor.
Yeah.
Because guess what? None of these are for the people. They might position themselves for the people, but that's a lie. Okay.
They got a hard job and they got to take the heat of making all these unfavorable decisions, man. You need to
Stop
doing it. They got to be on the camera, like, because that's what they don't want. They don't want to be in the camera having to defend all these things. That's why you won't never see them. That's why they set up these fucking puppets to do it.
Well, a prime example is Trump. Like Trump was supposed to be the guy that's supposed to, the deep state, the list. He's gonna expose the list, and now there's no list.
And like,
it's cursing them out. It's like you fell for that.
Them focusing on this Epstein thing is kind of like focusing on Dixie chicken when there's Kennedy chicken, when there's KFC, like people gotta understand that this whole like sexual ritual abuse thing is on a massive even if you look at the numbers they provide, this industry of child trafficking is more than drugs. A lot of the organized crime organizations are involved in it too. The trafficking of these children, right? So when you're focusing on this Epstein thing, right, it's because it's a specific thing they want you to focus on that they already know you're not going to get what you want from it. But it's like, well, hold on. If you can't get what you want from that, well, Trump, why don't you go invest? You got the CIA, right? You got all these secret agencies that have all these surveillance. Why can't we find other rings? Why can't we find other rings? Because they're not looking for them other rings. They are the ring.
So how would you not find them?
Because they are the ring.
This is what we know. Right?
They use the movies to make you think one thing. So it's like in the movies, James Bond is going out there and saving the world from a Scarface bad guy that wants to blow up something. When in reality, what MI6 does is they orchestrate the movements of different governments and different associations around the world. And then one of the things they also do is run the child trafficking and the drugs. And they make sure that the people who are operating on a protected level stay protected. So if an investigation pops up, that could actually expose it, they'll jump in and squash that and make sure, man, no, this is classified, boom, 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 it's out of the way. They're there to protect or to hide. That's why it's called a secret agency, because they're there to keep the secrets.
They can never tell you, right? And
they're not going to expose it to you. So when they're giving you Epstein in the mainstream, understand that everything they're saying Epstein was doing never stopped. It never stopped. It's still happening now. So go find the man that's doing it now. No one's talking about doing that.
Because remember, there was that actress that she was, I think she was doing a film about that whole industry, and then like she just ended up coming up dead. She was in a car crash, and then it was like when from what I remember, when they had like the helicopter view, it looked like the body bag was moving and that. I don't even remember that one.
That's crazy. Bro, this thing is not happening on an island somewhere. This thing's happening all over America, in underground thing next door, all over the place.
They have to behave like everything's like the head of the snake.
Nah, this is much bigger than that. And it's not just blackmail. This is their way of life. This is the elites that run the society. Their way of life regards these activities.
Well, we read it. Let's use the creatures as in our youth.
Yeah.
They just want to use
them. But they're going to get you to focus on this Epstein because they already knew that it was never going to go nowhere. It was never going to go nowhere. They just wanted you to go down a rabbit hole. Meanwhile, what about Sandusky? I was speaking to the priest Shamar about it. Sandusky, they put him in jail, but he had donors that were dealing with the boys. So why don't they go back and say, look, we'll offer you money if you tell us all the people that you were... No, they don't even talk about it no more. If they really wanted to start unearthing all this stuff, yeah, they could. They have the surveillance technology, but they'll use it on you, but they're not going to use it. They're not using it to find these elite pedophile rings because they are the pedophile ring. So why would they use it to find themselves?
And that's just common knowledge, right? When like a pedophile wants to get close to children, what does he become? Comes a teacher, comes a, something like this. So be close to what he's
this
doing,
guy,
right? If you want to,
but this guy Prince, was he not an ambassador for a foundation that was for trafficked women?
Andrew, yeah. And what was he doing? Because it looks like you're against these things, but you're part of the system.
The Red Cross. The Red Cross. They be doing the trafficking.
You get to control what goes on, and it looks like you're some, charitable organization.
You're the one doing it. You're the one doing it, and so you can control it, like what's going on. Just like how the CIA was controlling the drugs, and they still do.
I have a precept. This is Ezekiel 24:6. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece. Let no lot fall upon it. That's
the scum, the lies, the whole drug war, right? The whole idea of drugging up the people is by design. They brought the cocaine in. They bring the heroin in. Or China's bringing in the fentanyl. Come on, man. The fentanyl is coming into the country with the blessing of the elites of America. Because that plays part, not only do they make money from it, but they want the people to be destroyed with the fentanyl because it's problem, reaction, solution. If they wanted to stop all that stuff, they could stop it. First of all you'd have to do is legalize it. All the crime would go straight away. And then you address it from the root of the problem, and it's done. Most of the crime that comes along with drugs, because it's illegal, and so people are killing each other for the money, is profitable. The drugs is really profitable because it's illegal. If man can not make that kind of money on it, man are not going to sell the drugs on it. Why can man sell weed for how much they sell it for? Because it's illegal. They know this, and they know that when you arrest a drug dealer, it doesn't solve anything. Because there's always another one ready to take his place. The police knew that. They've known that for years. You talk to any police officer, they'll tell you, listen, we know that if we arrest a major drug dealer, that operation was shut down for about 4 or 5 hours. Until one of his competitors or someone else just slots right in and fills the void. So all these police raids actually is only controlling the substances. They're not stopping it. It can't be stopped that way, and they know that. It's all by design, man. They want the American people to be drugged out. They want that.
Oh, you had that mayoral candidate for London. One of his things was to basically start drug testing the city workers. Obviously, he did it. But because it was a thing, like if people then are penalized for taking drugs, then they wouldn't buy the drugs themselves, meaning that they're not getting the money for the drugs, and etc. Because when you really talk to a lot of these people, especially in that finance world, they just drugged up and stuff.
Drugs is part of the society, but it's by design. It's in their movies. They glorify it. They glorify it in the movies. They glorify selling it in the movies. This is by design.
People that do gang economics, I think about when he was there, and then there was some cocaine and shit.
It's by design. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that's not. They control it. They can control the CIA. Control. They can put the price up. They can put the price down because they can decide. Okay,
they're controlling the supply.
Yeah, we can shut down this supply and then the price will fall, or we can leave that man alone and then keep it going. You really think they don't know who all these people are about what they're doing?
Oh, like you said, like how can like people on the street, we know, but the people with multiple intelligence avenues, they don't
know everything. They know everyone that's involved. Just because you speak slang, the guy you're buying from is a CIA agent. They fucking know.
Well, it showed you that in that, what's that?
That
program?
one.
Snowfall.
Yeah, but that was before. That's not now.
What was one where the Jigsaw had power?
What the white?
Oh, Superstar.
Supercell. And the Supercell, the main drug dealer guy. What you call it? You got taken into a room with them Edomites.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, man. It's all the black market is a controlled market. Yeah, you get little freelance dudes that are working that they don't, you know,
Doing his BMX.
they're doing they might stuff something in a girl's vagina or something. But most of that drugs ain't coming in through people's vaginas.
But the thing, it's like the celebrity world. You got the celebrities that are getting paid a certain amount, but you got the leads behind them that are getting paid mega on it, right?
And they
You got
control
dudes that in the area doing their thing, you know, making their hundreds of thousands or whatever. But you got the big guy behind them, and it's always Esau. You know, it was always Esau.
Esau's bit, well, go back to the East India Company. They've always been running drugs.
Bro,
They've always been running drugs.
bro, that was hell, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and 32. You say, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Yeah, liars, schemers, fakers. Like everything in this society is about faking it till you make it. It's not about being real. People will say that, keeping it real. None of these people are real. Everything's about ego and fake it till you make it and putting on a false persona. But that's the way the society is run. Your politicians, your celebrities, they're all faking it. They're all phony. They don't say what they really believe. They'll put on a persona if that's what it means to get where they need to get to.
Even I can say, even on a professional setting, that's one of the reasons, one of the many reasons, obviously curses and everything like that. One of the reasons Jake don't really progress, because they don't. Jake will write a CV and everything in that CV is honest. Esau writes a CV, it's like 50% lies, right?
Bro, just lying. You always have to lie.
You know, because it's just faking it, and that's why once again you'll be at work and you'll be like, bro, this guy's incompetent.
Man will write an autobiography and you believe everything in that. He didn't even write it. It was the next player that wrote it for him, man. It's all lies, man. These autobiographies don't tell the whole truth. They won't talk about when they were sacrificing babies in their autobiography. Oh, by rags to riches story. Then you find out man's uncle was, you know what I mean? Like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Trump and his small loan of $1 billion.
Can't believe all that shit. Tupac is a big example of that. He's one of the biggest frauds there's ever been in history. Straight up fucking actor, man. I'm not even sure they fucking killed that dude. This is all fucking bullshit, man. But Jay got caught up in all that acting, and that just shows you if they could do that, then you gotta start questioning a lot of shit you see on TV. And they did that in 3 years. His career was only 3 years. And look at the impact.
Apparently he shot a cop. Like,
That's
come
all
on,
bullshit,
bro.
man.
You niggas is a nigga rock star. That's all he was. Nigga rock star.
He was a plant. His so-called mom was a plant, and he's a fucking plant.
He was
as
born
well.
in jail. Like, this guy is like the true black savior.
And then you Google his book, his reading list, and it's all Masonic. You go type in like Tupac's reading list, and it's all Masonic books. It's a demon, man.
He was a ballerina dancer.
He's an actor.
You see him talking all soft. Well, so that's why that Jake, Michael Jai White. Because I think he was around him before. He said, man, like it's night and day. I was around him. He was soft spoken. He wasn't what he was.
Never on smoke.
And he said basically after one of the movies, Juice, or one of them movies. He said that he just became the character.
Because they chose him. They chose him to be that black messiah, man. And he was confused individual. And ever since then, Negroes have been confused. They're conscious and thug at the same time, embracing foolishness because of Tupac. Because he was playing both sides of the coin. It's ridiculous.
A righteous thug.
Basically. The Black Jesus.
The Black Jesus, basically.
Machiavelli and all this.
The one who haven't got a ghetto.
The one.
Why the hell do you ghetto?
That's wild.
Playing cards, heaven.
And that whole West Coast, East Coast, and they were all homosexuals having a big beef, and then Jake bought into it, and that caused a lot of animosity from Jake on the East and Jake on the West and all of that. And these dudes were all juiced in, every single last one of them. Industry actors, man. Anyway, let's
an unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
And that's why ultimately the society is going to be destroyed, man, through the spirit. Because the people that are ruling this society have dark hearts and they operate in a way which is only going to destroy everyone else and themselves. Now, the kingdom of heaven is going to be under a whole different type of rulership. We're not going to be demons. We're not just going to be like, fuck people over just for the sake of fucking people over and do. No, if we punish someone, it's going to be for a reason. And if we bless someone, it's going to be for a reason. It's not just going to, we just like to see people suffer, you know, and do it. What's wrong with you, man? You're demonic individual, man.
You think guy pops for no reason.
Yeah.
So we're going to say what we mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, we ain't going to have to do all this propaganda, all this foolishness. Just say it straight, man.
Yeah. And it's like, because even when you read the precepts, because you remember there'll be time with the Oxford Circus, people saying, oh, why should America be destroyed and why is this going to, but in the precepts it always says, right, for instance, it's Amos 1 for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, right? You know, thou shouldest not have looked, right? What's the one? I put the waiting in Jeremiah 51, basically about like the wickedness of America, that these things are gonna come upon you, man. He's always he wants to think that he's problem reaction solution of Most High.
And the wickedness is great. Like we're saying, people are looking at this Epstein thing. Oh, this is the biggest scandal, man. That's only what they're talking about in that is literally the tip of what's actually been happening in America.
There's been bear scandals, man.
Like this thing is way like out of control what's happening in America. And if people did really see everything, that's why we're saying they can't let the truth get out. It would destroy America. If all the truth about all your favorite celebrities and all your favorite politicians, and if everything was to just come out and open, that same day America would just destroy itself. Because man's psyche would explode.
They've changed the name to United States of Satan.
The whole mirage, like, you know, just bug out.
I went to your World Cup and you vomited.
I mean, if you brothers, you know that film 120
Days of Sodom,
bro. I watched half of that,
Wow.
and you know, I can't lie, I was random.
Like pulling his hair out.
You know what, like, because I was playing it random because I've always wanted to watch it, so I played it and
You heard about it.
Jake, all right. This bro was meant to.
It was Jackie.
Well, for that film, I checked it out. I was with my bird, and I was random, and I said, let me put it on. And she was like halfway, like,
romantic.
Can we watch this tonight?
That was so romantic.
No, that was. But you know what? Like, what it showed you in that film was there were just parts of the system where the children are just lost. Like, they can't break out. They can't do nothing. They're just gone.
Well,
if
you go back into the a lot of times in the UK, the system of the child homes,
it's hell.
It comes out in that, and then a lot of these people that survive these things end up on heroin and that stuff, and they're the people that's on the streets you see bugged out, because they've been through so much, and then even if they tell people what happened, no one ain't gonna believe them because man's homeless and bugged out on crack.
Well, that main guy,
Jeffries,
what's it?
Something Jeffries, isn't it?
Yeah, the one that told us the forest in the UK where they just let children run out.
Yeah.
And they basically give them like a minute head start. And part of the rush is them feeling they can escape.
Hunger Games.
Yeah,
and it sounds very similar to Boys Town, the one that exposed it in America, in Boys Town. Yeah, these things are happening, man. They have families that produce children solely for that purpose. Pedophile families, feeding farms for these things, man. That's real.
Well, remember
scary shit.
Remember when our brother was teaching the city? That guy walked past the camp. He was like, "They tied me to a bed." You know, he was bugging out.
He was trying to get sympathy for us.
Even the snuff thing. They show you that the snuff films. That's a real thing.
Oh, they touched that.
And they talk about these videos, and what you don't understand is it's not all blackmail.
Yeah.
They like you go into the. Now I'm not gonna say I'm going too deep into the witchcraft, but in witchcraft, pictures and videos is seen to capture the essence of a ritual. So it's like if you commit a ritual and you take a picture of that ritual, they believe that you're capturing some of the essence and the energy of what happened. Same like a sound recording.
Preserving it.
It's like preserving it. It's not exactly the same, but it's like a preservation. So that's why they videotape rituals.
Portable spell.
Because when you videotape the ritual, you're capturing a lot of the essence of the energy of that ritual. So those tapes are actually currency among them. Wow, man. It's currency.
That's why the Black Rebels is the power.
They actually trade these different ritual tapes, like how the pedophiles trade. Did you know that pedophiles trade child porn?
Yeah.
They trade it.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
one here. And they trade it amongst each other. Well, that's at the lower level. On the higher level, they do the same thing.
They show it in these games as well. I remember there's a portion of the game in Cyberpunk. Probably someone played this, but you know they was trading like illegal video chips or whatever, right? Yeah. You know, and they would like using the shooter, selling them or whatever. But yeah, that thing exists, and they touch it in these movies and all these different types of things. But yeah, of course, they're real thing.
They do it, man. But you see, if you get too deep into it now, the average person can't handle it because they've been sold a lie of the reality of the world they live in. That's why when we tell you Esau's the devil, people kind of find it hard to understand. But when we say he's the devil, he really is the devil. Like the Bible, can we get Wisdom of Solomon 12? Oh, is it 12? Yeah, 12. He speaks about the Canaanites and the odious works of witchcraft, man. That wasn't a joke. Canaan was on some stuff back then.
Some shit, bro.
Nasty rituals, and those same things are happening today. Donald Trump, and what you think you become president just because you're popular? No, you have to do the rituals, man.
Who is it that was boiling children in the golden bull, the Papist bull, wasn't it? Something like that. That children in the bull, they eat up the.
Oh, that Molech. Yeah, Molech was a bull. That was it. The Canaanites.
That was the Canaanites doing it.
Yeah, Molech was a bull. He put the hands and he
heat up the thing.
You sacrifice a child to Molech, man.
But Alex Jones, he just stumbled on the fence. Yeah.
Well, talking about preservating the whole thing, he was filming the thing.
Yeah.
And he's juiced, bro. I'm sorry. He got bare money, right?
That was to give him credibility, so that people are okay. He's one of us. When he's really one of them.
Yeah. Actually,
and then they got rid of Bill Cooper. So Bill Cooper got killed, and then Alex Jones replaced Bill Cooper.
Well, they crying on screen about Trump.
When Trump got in, they spoke about participating in a golden shower. You remember that?
But it goes about saying, and this is the thing is, once you understand the society, you will understand that you don't reach certain levels in the society unless you have to be ritualized. You have to be a part of that particular system. You don't work your way up. There's a point where they have to introduce you to rituals to get up to certain levels. And you're talking about the president, one of the highest offices of witchcraft that is so deep, the whole country's brought in to take part in this ritual in the Capitol building, and they bring in all the other witches to come. This is you see, they think it's just a meeting. It's not. It's a massive ritual. For him to be bestowed with that honor of being a high priest in America, do you think he don't have to do nothing to get there?
Which is why the scripture says, grow starting the people. Because when you read the scriptures and you see like these other nations, the Philistines, the Canaanites, every heathen, because all of the gods of the other nations, exactly, they have their ritual. Like, and there's nothing new under the sun. So you think all of that is just missing?
No.
Like how you see them people in Sudan fucking just jumping in, drinking milk and blood.
Look at Niger. You see them man chopping up people and eating hearts and all that judge, and they think that judge is isolated to them. No, that judge, Trump and them man do the judge.
It's just
the highest judge.
That's why they're running the world.
Right.
Well, let's bring that out.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1 on down. It says, "From thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore chastenest thou them little by little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord. For it was thy will to destroy by the hand of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft."
Nahum 3 and 4. Yeah.
Right?
The odious disgusting, because when you go into the rituals of the heathen, they're the opposite to us. Like a lot of their rituals surround filthiness, things that we would consider ceremonially unclean, like sex. So if you look at for us, sex is actually as far away from our our rituals, so to speak.
Mhm.
So like, if you want to go into the temple, you'll be ceremony unclean if you bust juice.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's certain things that will make you unclean. Sex is not a thing that we involve in our holiness.
Yeah.
It's actually far away
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
actually makes you unclean. Whereas if you look at the heathen, sex was always incorporated into their rituals.
That's why they worship palaces, symbols,
Yeah.
and vagina symbols. and
Like,
those kind of
for instance, our prophets would have to be clean. The
Yeah.
spirits dealing with them, they get a vision.
Yeah.
Them man will have women
Yeah.
that you have ritual prostitution, that you have sex with to get a vision.
things. On drugs.
And it was like that in Rome. If you watch the program Spartacus, I don't know if anyone's seen Spartacus, but Batiatus' wife, he became one of them.
Yeah.
There's where she was, man will come to her and have sex with her, and then she will give them the vision. Yeah, because on the or even in the show at 300, yeah, the
Yeah.
woman that was in the oracle, and them man were all over.
I want a uniform. Freaking out, man.
Yeah, but that's a real thing. The ISIS cult, the sex cults.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Egypt they would deal with alligators,
Yeah.
have sex with alligators,
Yeah.
have sex with animals.
Yeah.
You go to India, you go
Oh,
you go in the temples, you see all fire, the Kama Sutra, all
Yeah.
kind of different positions
Yeah,
and
yeah.
different animals and all kind of things.
that's why they go to half human, half
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bird or something.
Remember the ceremony in Egypt every year, all the leaders will come to the Nile
yeah, that's crazy.
and
Yeah.
all stand there.
Yeah.
I mean,
That must
No,
have been
bro.
awkward still,
No,
but
no.
that's crazy.
that's
But-
amazing.
This is the way of
But it's the
ritual.
same thing they do in the fucking porn industry.
Oh yeah, but
Same
because
shit.
porn, a lot of porn is an extension of ritualization, man. Sex magic.
It's interesting because before coming camp, I saw like somewhere, I believe in Lincolnshire, one of these towns in the UK. I think they're doing a Stringers Fest of 1,000 people. 1,000 people in a park.
Yep. And those have become bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
But you see now it's
especially with Jake.
more people, especially with Jake, but more people are doing it that are normal people. That's already been a thing among the elites.
Yeah.
Because that's been part of the religion, so to say.
And that's called externalization of the hierarchy.
The externalization of the hierarchy. So they're just making the normal people now start doing what they've always done behind closed doors. I remember when even in Montserrat, right? My mother, there was Masons in Montserrat. The guy Arrow was one of them. Yeah, you know that made the song Feeling Hot, 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 and he owned a store down there. And my grandmother would tell me, because you know Jake Twisted, man. When he died, everyone was like, oh, he's dead. And I'm like, literally 10 minutes before, she was like, yeah, remember they used to have something going on
Yeah.
in the shop where a bunch of people would go there and then turn the light off,
Yeah.
and whoever catch who, man or woman, he does do. I'm like, but the man funeral coming, and then they're like, oh, morning, bro. I'm like, but the guy is demon. And then there was another guy, Edomite, that would coming down there, and he got caught with a Montserrat woman. She was having sex with animals for him and all this shit. Like, the point I'm making is that's in Montserrat. They were doing them. So how much more say the Masons and these people that's all up in America and all that?
Yeah.
And the whole thing about dealing with your daughters too. That's part of witchcraft. And we know that because we know a girl, the dad dealt with his daughters.
Yeah.
But it was wicked as hell. He would come, pick them up at like midnight, take them, and bring them back. Like what? And the mother was spooky. Like what dad is like me? I'm gonna come pick up my daughter at midnight, man. Take her somewhere and bring her back. Who's doing that? And then when he used to come in the house, he didn't come and sleep in the bedroom with the woman. He used to sleep in the bedroom with the daughters. Yeah, spooky. And then when it all came out, what he was doing, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I'll tell you later. But when it all came out, what he was doing with his daughters, in the court case, he said, oh, it was a book I was reading, and it was saying that you get power if you take the virginity of your daughters. But that is in witchcraft. So a lot of these elites, they do take their daughters. And then there was something that came out with Trump and his daughter.
Oh yeah.
And even Biden and his daughter, something came out. And then I remember when David Cameron went over to the White House and they had an interview with David Cameron. They said, what do you remember the most about the White House? And he said, oh, I just remember the daughters' bedrooms, how clean they were. And I was thinking, what? Yo, my nigga, what? Like, that's That's what was memorable to you.
Why would that even be shocking?
That's the memorable thing. The man's daughter's bedrooms. Yeah, because those children that's born into them spooky witchcraft families are fair game. Man. You know what I mean? All this stuff is odious, but in our law, you ain't supposed to deal with your daughter. You ain't supposed to deal with your, son. You know, them things. That's the laws of that we're not supposed to do. But in witchcraft, they do all that stuff as part of rituals.
And adult entertainment really pushes that, man.
Oh yeah. Stepmom, stepsister, sister.
And what's like really, it's like what then blurs the line between step and real mom and real sister. Like it's just
that exists too, because they take it that way, but there'll always be the pawn that then takes it to the next stage and the next stage, and then this stage ain't enough. You go on and on and on and on. But that's the truth of what's happening in this society, man. But that's what the Canaanites were doing. Yep. And if you want to learn all about that, go just research your man Aleister Crowley. He was the MVP. He was the most valuable. He had it down packed, man. And pedophilia is the highest level of sex magic.
You mentioned was a CIA agent, right?
Yeah, he was MI6. He was an MI6 agent as well. Which, like we always tell you, these secret agencies are secret societies, and they deal with witches and warlocks. But they're not going to show you that in the movies, but they're not going to show you that James Bond is a witch, okay?
Well, it says, whom thou hatest for doing the most
Harry Potter.
odious works of witchcrafts, wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murders of children and the vows of man's flesh and feast of blood.
That's why they show you in vampirism. If you look at these vampire films, which is all designed to uplift vampires, make them look cool. One thing you notice is vampires always represent noblemen. They always represent the elites, the upper class in society. If you look at Blade, the vampires are all upper class people that control people from the shadows. But
black.
And they drink blood. And they can initiate other people, like they can ritualize people, and those people that have a ritual done on them can then be initiated to become one of them, which is what you find. People, they get molested. They got millions. People get molested, they grow up, and they become groomers. That's how the music industry is. Man come in, P. Diddy bunks them, because P. Diddy got bunked. And that's how you initiate him. But then this guy that P. Diddy's initiated in, he'll go and get other people and initiate them in. And it's a cycle.
Well, it's like that woman from Smallville, Alison Mack.
Yeah,
she was in a grooming the women and
grooming them and bringing them in. That's right.
Same as that the Giselle thing with the Epstein thing.
Hey, hurt people, man. Yeah. So most people that are, you find that most people that have been abused, a lot of them go on to also be abusers. It becomes like a cycle of it, just like the vampires. Yeah.
It says with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew.
And because they worship these idols. Now, let me ask you a question now. Do we not see evidence of idol worship throughout the society? What's the name of the NASA missions called? Apollo. So that's a sign that within which, by the way, I think most astronauts are Mormons or something, which is another internalized secret society. They're all Masons. It's all part of the Masonic thing. But what's that telling you is that they're worshiping Apollo. Wouldn't that mean that there's some kind of rituals attached to that? If you look throughout society, you see idols being used as names for companies, used for this, and people think it's just something that's just done because it's cool.
Good luck charms and these things.
Nike. So you think the people that set up Nike are not dealing with certain rituals?
I don't know.
You don't think so? Or is this all by accident and the Bible's not correct? There are no idol worshippers. There are no rituals. It's just man just picking names at random. And they're
giving their praises to Nike, bro. To sell their goods, isn't it?
They worship these different idols and their gods, and they perform rituals to get power. Because witchcraft is about gaining power over people. And they show you that in some of these movies where they'll have a spell, like a bakery will have a spell to make people like their fucking, they'll put something in their shit to make people like it.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying?
ain't that I remember years ago. Was it?
That was I think that was in Thingy's movie, Vin Diesel,
Right.
the one where he's hunting witches, and they were putting all kind of witchcraft in the damn fucking, and everyone's lined up round the corner to get these damn fucking. No, it was one about witch.
Yeah.
It was a witch hunter or something like that. Yeah, some shit like that.
Well, even on a lower level, in Jake Hood, you know, Eve put
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
blood, or sometimes yeast, whatever. They put it in
to
their
make
food
the guy
to make the guy fall in love.
Yeah, it's witch. You use witch. The whole purpose of witchcraft is to gain power. It's to influence your life. That's why they create the talismans, and they wear them. These people, the talismans, and they wear the talisman, and whatever it is that they wanted to achieve, the talisman is supposed to help them do it.
And guess what? In righteousness, we have the same thing. With the ephod.
Yep.
The righteousness, the righteous stones. It's like everything is made 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
You know?
So they do these things, man. Like, this is real. That's why. But people think it's just the gangster man that do the judge.
Yeah.
No,
That one silver ring.
Yeah.
The gathering.
He's very good at like making it seem like he's not a part of a lot of this stuff that's going on, right?
Yeah.
You know, he'll make it be like when he talks about like black magic, he'll send a documentary team over to hate and then be like, oh, look what these guys are doing. So they're thinking it's like a black thing. But it's like, no, your elites be doing the most.
Well, Helena Blavatsky was very popular in New York, and she's like another MVP of witchcraft. Because she traveled the whole world and soaked up all the freakiness. And when she came back to America, she was hanging out with all the politicians. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Bro, all things in life is ritual and everything.
Same people come like gurus to them.
Yeah.
These politicians and that.
Do this.
Advisors.
Oh, bless your record.
Yeah.
They sit around. Can I read this quickly from 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, but Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Yeah, so they get up on the podium and then say, oh, I like to thank God.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, they've been working witchcraft the whole time.
But this is why names are important, right? Because you say God, if you don't know what the fuck it is.
Right, I tell you. Right. I said, me reach heights are evil. Now he's doing all gospel songs. But the man's been he's been working witchcraft, man. Judge.
Yeah.
Obia, man.
And what was that song that Rihanna sung? Onana?
Yeah.
You come to find out that's a demon.
Yeah.
All these chants.
Yeah.
It's funny. That's why these plantation Christians, they're so foolish. Because you read the scriptures about the priest doing certain baths and sacrificing lamb, you know, doing all that, all the righteousness. But when we tell you that these elites do wickedness, you think that that's just so far-fetched.
Even though it's all around you.
It's all around
all
you.
the obelisks. Like, what do you think all these war memorials are?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, they built this war memorial because they want to remember that. No, those soldiers, their blood sacrifice was for a reason. So now they build a monument to channel the energy and commemorate the energy of that ritual that they did. And that's why it's a fucking obelisk. But it isn't for the end goal that you think it's for. And then they get you to come and give your energy to the ritual every year.
Because when you look at certain of those battles in like World War I and World War II, it was especially like World War I. It was just like, bruv, like what are you guys doing? Just standing in the line, throwing, and it was like no one was coming back. They would go full. I forget which war, but the Battle of Somme.
Yeah.
60,000 man died in
no
one
strategic
day.
advantage either. Yeah, because it's a sacrifice, man. And then the queen will come and all the soldiers that gave their lives, and it's for them because they're in the know. They know that what the sacrifice, but you don't know. You think it's like, oh, she loves the soldiers, because you don't understand that this world is all about witches and warlocks, man.
They look down on you if you ain't wearing a poppy. So you're not gonna buy a poppy.
But they showed you that with the West, with the Brazilian shaman.
Oh, yeah.
That was copied.
He came live on stage. No one said that.
No one said that.
What is the priestess at the World Economic Forum?
Yeah. So it's an unknown priestess.
Yeah. She came just black.
Yeah, but you know, because you're not in the club, you don't think the club exists.
Yeah.
And that's how the thing goes. It's just like me. I'm not in the Obia thing. I don't go, but I know the man are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And there's always more man doing it than you know.
Yeah, for real.
Even my mother would tell me that there's always more man doing the obvious thing than you know
Yeah,
about. Like,
so
the man ain't always gonna come out and tell you that they
Yeah.
work,
The thing is, if you said, oh yeah, the man at the Church of Satan do that, so they'll believe that because it's just Satan, right?
but they don't know man in
But
the
they
church
don't
are
know-
doing it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's not it's a thing that's going out throughout the world, not even just America, throughout the whole world. These rituals are going on.
Oh yeah, even the
You know?
pedophile thing is throughout the world. Australia, Britain, France. This is
It's everywhere.
it's everywhere, man.
You know?
Just finish this off quick.
Yeah.
So verse 15, therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, the ones that put up in the front.
Yeah, the
Your
Catholic
politicians,
priests.
your leaders.
The Catholic priests,
You know?
at the top of Catholicism, is just witchcraft. Catholicism is witchcraft, but it's hiding behind being something to do with the Bible. But we see them wearing the priest of the Dagon.
Yeah.
So then when you hear all these, the thing is that you get shocked because you're like, hold on, this is the church. But hold on, all this molestation that's been happening on a grand scale that they don't even talk about no more.
Mm-hmm.
They act like it doesn't happen anymore, and
It's
it never
nasty.
happened.
Yeah.
No one talks about how the Catholic Church, and it wasn't even just the Catholic Church. And guess what? It wasn't just the male priests. The nuns were caught doing all this shit too. Yeah, the nuns were doing it too. And we're talking about the UK, Ireland, fucking England, all over, just
the whole globe.
flipping tens of thousands of children.
Billions.
Heinous acts were being committed.
And what do? They orphan, they do the orphanages and the adoptions and why they always dealing with children.
And then when it came out, they hid it. They tried to move the priest from one place to another. Now you hear that, you're like, well, that's crazy because they're the church. But when you understand that actually, beyond the mask of the church, these priests are really witches and warlocks. Now it makes sense. Oh yeah, they're doing what witches and warlocks do. But when you don't understand that, you're like, oh man, how?
That's why the scripture calls it what? The unclean spirits of frogs.
Yep.
You know, ties into the Vatican, the Catholic Church. You know, that's basically the mother of these false, gods, religions
well, look
that
at
people worship today.
look at the succession thing, man. When they get all the cardinals together and they close the doors, so like I don't know how many days. No one knows what the fuck's going on.
What's going on there?
Why is it taking 3 days? How long does the vote take? You know what I'm saying?
And have you always noticed, like, these royal, like, events where they got the priest there, one nigga is always passing out. There's always a soldier. There's a soldier. You ever notice? The soldiers, they're always there. They're always, someone's always passing out when they do it.
Yeah, they channel it. And remember, like even these buildings are designed with witchcraft in mind. The ley lines and all these different things that they use. So you can't tell me all that's done by accident. Like they're building these things on ley lines and the geometry. It's all accidental. No, because the whole thing is part of their religion.
The shard is just a big Dagon's hat. When you look at the top, it looks exactly like Dagon's hat, man.
So that means that the architect is juiced.
Exactly. Yeah. And because even that's a good point. Because a lot of these big art, it will be like a set group of people.
Yep.
Or if it's not like, for instance, I know the Hadids. We had like Bella Hadid and whatever. Her mom was a major architect and stuff like that, right? But it's like even then, if it's not like the one particular, like, the company will be the one that will sign off on this is what we're going to do, etc., etc., etc. Because they know certain.
Yeah, because certain things you have to be in the club.
Yep.
But you ain't gonna know unless you're in the club.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when they designing these music videos. These music videos are satanic as hell. So that tells you that the man them that are putting these music videos are high level
Do you
witches.
think Nicki Minaj is doing her own fucking videos?
No. And that means the people behind the video are juiced.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna know that. You think it's a normal bread.
Yeah, well, you also got the one World Center that was built on the same site after the Twin Towers. The whole situation. It's 1,776 feet. I wonder why.
There you go.
1776.
No, it's an accident.
It's an accident.
I was reading Snopes. The fact checker, man. These guys are full of shit, man. Those is that actually the Washington Monument isn't exactly 666. It's like 665 and a half. And it's like, fuck off, man.
You ever heard of error of margin?
Exactly.
It's all engineering is error of the margin.
I'm more on this on wisdom.
And who said your check is correct anyway?
Yeah, but see, look, they'll try and gaslight you to make it look like you're not seeing the things that you're seeing, innit? But that's the whole point, and they have plausible deniability. They don't want to believe. They don't talk about it out in the open. So when we say things like, "Yeah, Donald Trump definitely done the rituals," people think, "Oh, you're assuming." But it's like, but no, that's like me saying that this guy like is the manager of fucking Man City. He's definitely got his coaching badge. Oh, you're just gonna no, but you have to have your coaching badge to do it. Yeah. It's the same thing. There's certain credentials you have to have to hold certain positions. They're not gonna let. It's like when you're in a gang, right? You know, gangs don't like guys coming in that ain't got their hands dirty because
they need something.
You gotta be dirty too.
So that what's that?
That's why they have initiations and shit.
Because the gangs are like an extension of all that stuff too. If people didn't know that, the Bloods and the Crips and all that.
Yeah, what that film is City of God. You know.
Oh yeah.
That main guy. What's the one that?
Lil Zay?
Yeah, Lil Zay. You know, he had the demon on him.
Yeah.
You talisman.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Trump's got no political background whatsoever, man. But he's in power.
Yeah.
He's not even qualified for the job. So what else is he qualified in to be there? He's done everything else he needs to do, man.
He was on WWE, now he's different.
You know, because there ain't just one man that's really ruling the country. Because he's getting told what to do. He's getting directed. You know.
It's because the elder said you have to have the credentials, and I was like, it sounds a bit like cred, which is belief, and it does go because they need to believe that you're really a part of this thing. They need to believe that
you have to be on this. You have to be in the
Yeah.
club. You have to be initiated. Why would they let someone that's not initiated have a position? No, they're gonna put their people in position. That's why you have these fraternities and things of this nature. That's what they're there for. They're not gonna just let some random dude that's not in. Because then he's going to be a problem then. They're not going to hide shit from him and all that. No, we need to. If you get to a certain level, you have to be initiated. Otherwise, they'll test you. And if they see that you're not no good, in fact, actually, what they do is they consult demons on you. That's why Kanye said in the white man's world, we're the chosen. Because everything these people do, they consult the demons. So they'll be like, oh, should we use this guy? And the demons say, yes.
Again, everything's 2 and 2. When the Lord chose King
David,
the same
he
had
thing.
to get like anointed, and then remember he was going to all the sons. He said, "Nah, it's not him. I'll show you." He's tall as hell.
It's the same thing on the left hand side. It's the same thing on the left hand side.
Well, remember
I got more on this.
Remember I always remember Paul Star. Yeah, man. You look in the crowd. Look at the guy. 6 months. Yeah. You know, you hear that she's like, you know.
Well, it's the spirit. The spirit works on it. But like you said, a lot of these people, they read the Bible about the Egypt and the Pharaoh's magi throwing down the stick and turning, and they forget that. Yeah, that means that on the left hand side, there's shit going on.
There's shit going on too.
There's shit going on. But
there's more people doing.
But no, that's not going on no more. It's just science. Come on, man.
That's why Christians don't really believe.
They don't believe
all of that.
All they believe is Christmas. Christmas.
The ritual exactly. Birth of Santa.
I've got more on your wisdom. It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon 12:6. And the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. And man, a child, like, you know, when you see a child, which is why judgment has to be established. Because look, man, of all children, no matter, like, just seeing a child and knowing that there's a part of the earth where they get taken advantage of. They're expecting, man. Whether it's the heathen, whoever, the child just getting abused and that's not right.
Well, what's his name was abusing them openly? Fucking hell, was it Kinsey? Alfred Kinsey.
The
father of the sexual. This is,
Yeah.
and he was, and guess what? Do your research on him. He was also a mason and a witch, and used to come to London. And these guys are all witches. And what was he doing? Molesting children, and he turned it into science. And now it's sexual revolution. It's all based upon that wickedness. So no wonder you got all this fuckery going on, because the people that's bringing out all of these revolutions are all witches and warlocks and disgusting creatures. And what he did was he poked up a baby like a vagina and that, and then till the baby convulsed, and he said, "Oh, see, the baby could get an orgasm." I was like, "What the fuck?" The baby was convulsing, blood, like, cause you fucking, yo, man. Hey, this society is fucked. And guess what? You won't see no one come out and speak against Alfred Kinsey for doing that. That's recorded history that he was doing experiments on children. And no one will come out and condemn that. Where is all the people coming out? Where's Trump saying that? Oh, I just found out about this Alfred Kinsey, who was the father of the sexual revolution. The guy was a pedophile.
Isn't it? And the Blavatsky, she had a part in the women's liberation as well. I believe she had a part in that, man. So again, she another witch. It's like they're the ones always pushing these different agendas that become adopted by the earth as part of their witchcraft.
Yeah. Yep. Right. It says and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help, that the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of God's children.
And on a larger scale, that's going to have to happen again because you Edomites are unworthy. If you didn't know, and you see, this is why we get frustrated. Because the only thing that makes you frustrated is when I watch Edomites act as if they have moral superiority. And I'm like, no, you're the fucking devil, man.
That's it.
You Edomites are the devil. A bunch of child molesting, homosexual devils. This guy, Scott Bessant, yeah, you could tell he's a demon. Now, he might sue me, yeah, but that dude, you could look at him, yeah, and say, yo, this guy's demonic. Trump picked him as his Treasury Secretary. He's got a husband and 2 boys he's adopted. Now, I don't want to know what's going on there.
Come on, man.
Dude's in that kind of position, man. That's a demon, man.
Straight demon.
But these Edomites act as if they're righteous people, they're moral people, and the world is better off under their rulership, and they've led the world to some, you know, and then they all point the finger at something that's happening. Like they're such demons. Some other heathen will do something, and they'll point the finger like they don't do it.
Hypocrisy.
It's pure hypocrisy. It's like, no, bro, I grew up around Edomites. You're not moral people. You're sleazy scumbags. But you love to point the finger. Oh, because you're just so moral. No crime would happen if no one else. You wouldn't. If there was no other people on earth, there would be no crime because Edomites don't commit crimes. They don't rob people. They don't take drugs. They don't walk around the street drunk. But if they see a Jake on the street drunk, see these fucking immigrants, man, destroying the country, man. It's like, bro, you could find go to any town in England, there's just bare Edomites drunk or running down the street, and you just act like it don't exist. As soon as you see a black man doing it, now it's just labeled a whole race. A whole race is a write-off. No, you're the write-off, man.
These times, people don't like you coming into their country, man. The worst tourists.
They'll do odious works even if it ain't a ritual.
Yeah.
You remember when the World Cup happened? See, you probably
Actually, I'm quite aware.
You probably was traumatized. No, they had a thing when the World Cup happened. These Edomites, 3 Edomites, just jumped on top of each other with their boxers off and put one underneath and poured beer down all their ass cracks, and man drank it. That's some odious witchcraft,
Why
man.
the fuck would you want that?
And they ain't even initiated.
They get no peace from it.
That's just them on the side.
Yeah.
But
That's just a bunch of Man
that's just
United
a
fans.
laugh, innit? Oh, mate, yeah, Jack the lad. That's all funny.
No, it's not disgusting.
Man, fuck off, man. You Edomites are scum. You're sick. You're not high IQ.
Basis of man.
You're base people, man.
Quick precept. This is 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
That's what we're seeing happening.
With this PR, because it's like I watch it in the it's something I think about every now and then, because it's like he's done so much fuckery in the world. Yet when he obviously he's in power, but so when he goes to these other places, he gets respect. Then you watch his movies, and you start really seeing, he uses his media to help keep that image of like, he's a good guy,
Superhero.
the hunk or whatever it is. Whereas when you're around these Edomites, people are like, bro, but these man even like heterosexual. Like, what's going on?
They got no morals. They like to pretend they have morals. They like the idea. They like the idea that they have morals, but they really don't have morals. You know, and what's proving it. What's proving it is just history, even unto this very day. If these people were truly these enlightened, righteous people, the world would not be the way it is because they're the ones that have the major power and influence.
You just got that PR. Like it's like I always give this example. It's like in that movie TV program Shogun, you had a base level Edomite marry a princess. That's when you really think about it. When you watch different shows where Esau's going around the world. And once again, he was the last samurai, man.
He's not getting all the benefits of the doubt and all these types of things, man. He should be extra soon as they saw him, man.
Exactly.
No, he could use his wife, man. You know, all this shit. No, you can't use this devil.
Whenever you watch like end of the world movies, right? Even Black Panther, the first one, who was really the guy that was kind of making things happen? You know, the so-called white man in the film.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
watch
that
him-
was pissed. That pissed me off, man. The CIA, all friends with the CIA.
Yeah.
The baby guzzlers, man. Fuck all that, man.
You watch him. I forget which one it is. But it's like one of the comets coming to Earth, and who's in mission control? A small hat.
Yeah.
All of that. The brains is always
They're the
Esau.
saviors. They're, even if there's a villain, they're also the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When in the reality, I've been saying this forever. The Edomites are not heroic. They're not heroes. They're not noble people. They're not good people. You look beyond underneath the hood. No, we've had heroes. We've had good people, prophets and righteous men. They don't have prophets and righteous men. There's not one. There's never been none. They said Trump was one of them, and we see how that's ending up. You gotta stop talking about that now.
I can't believe you fell for it.
But name one.
Yeah, they was it name 3? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
There was still more into wisdom. Well,
Okay, go on.
it says wisdom 12:6. It says with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous fruit, and the parents that killed with
Yeah,
their own.
let me say this as well. These Edomites have never worshipped Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Puritans were witches and warlocks. They never worshipped Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Christianity that they had was not worship, the true worship of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So in essence, Esau has never worshipped the Most High God of the Bible, ever. He never has. Oh, he has? When? Show me. What, because he calls himself a Christian? We just showed you how Catholicism is wicked as hell. They, Christmas and all this kind of stuff.
Well, I say you went over to New World just to go slaughter everybody, man.
And then on top of that, these guys will be Christians and Masons at the same time. So really, they're witches. They're behind all of that, it's a facade. And it's always been the case. That's always been the truth. They've never been truly worshipped. We could go back in our history and say, okay, there's a point where we truly worship the Most High. These people have never truly worshipped the Most High, ever. Ever. Not even for one day have they worshipped the Most High. Not one day, not 1 minute. They haven't. They've always worshipped idols. They're a nation of idolaters who managed to fool the world into thinking they're not idolaters because they put up that image of Caesar Borgia.
Well, this is the thing. Mainstream Christianity was brought in by Constantine, right?
Yeah, and all he did was incorporate witchcraft.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what you're running with.
This is what you had. So you've never been pure and true to the game. Never. Never. You've been faking it this whole time, man. And our people believe it. Our people believe that. That's why they believe in Esau, that there's good Edomites out there. They have a hope that one day, the good Edomites will take control and they're going to be all right. And they're going to love Jake. And there's some good the allies. Jake at work, don't you think we need allies? No. We don't need no Edomite allies. I don't need an Edomite to be on my side. I don't need an Edomite to be on my side. I don't need an Edomite to agree with me. I don't need an Edomite to certify what I'm saying is true or agree or validate what I'm saying. We don't need them. Because the minute you're in that kind of system, you're finished. And that's what Vocab wants. Vocab wants us to change up our doctrine and let him in so he can have control. But we're like, bro, Vocab, we don't care if you believe or not.
That's it.
This is for the elect. And the truth is going to manifest itself.
It says, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
Now the same elites have simultaneously they've externalized child sacrifice to the people under the guise of abortion, which kills two birds. Because not only are they a lot of these doctors are also witches and warlocks. Not only are they having regular sacrifices and access to these bodies, which they can then use the bodies in their witchcraft. Eye of Newt and all that, leg of baby. You know what I'm saying? They can use the bodies because what do you think? The bee thing, it's a witchcraft. It's potions, and they use the body parts from these babies in their potions in their pharmaceutical industry, the pharmakia, right? But and also it's depopulation too, which they believe in.
Mass.
But it's just industrialized child sacrifice.
And the proof it's a sacrifice is a lot of the women that will go and do it will be like, oh, I did it for my career. which is exactly what like
Feminism
your
is a bit pushed.
which is exactly what like a Kanye would be. You know, some of them higher level celebrities.
That's why he was sacrificing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, I'd sacrifice a child to get this deal or whatever. But that when you're having women and men, because you get even have the ones where it's like the man is pushing.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
but
got-
most of the time,
Yeah.
They
niggas
don't
don't
want to pay.
niggas don't want babies, man. Niggas will pay for the abortion.
Yeah,
A lot of time, that's the
yeah,
argument. The
yeah.
argument's about who's gonna help, if you're gonna help pay for it or not. If it's not free,
Yeah.
because a baby has become a burden, a huge burden in this society to have a baby. But people want to have the fun because of the escapism. Yeah. But guess what, man? They push that. They push that. They've made it like a thing. And then when you go to these abortion places, because remember, females that are pregnant and all that are fucking highly emotional and easy to manipulate because they're already vulnerable, and they get them in there. What they should be doing is talking them out of it.
Yeah.
No, bro, they ain't gonna talk you out of it. They ain't gonna show you the light. They're gonna make sure that you do that shit.
Well, the proof of that is really it's only until recently that abortion's actually been legal in the UK. It's not actually been legal. I forget the days it was a technicality in there.
Yeah.
And they have to basically like prove certain XYZs.
Yeah.
And of course the doctor would then be just coaching them
Yeah.
to give the
To
right
get
answer
to
so
get
that they can approve it. So just to prove exactly what the elder is
Just
saying.
replace the doctor with the priest.
Exactly.
The priest. That's about to sacrifice that youth.
Exactly.
And that's again, it's all part of the eugenics program. Esau runs to keep our numbers down. Something the pharaohs of Egypt tried to do.
And it's not even working.
But this is the thing. But imagine how much Jake there would be. A lot. They survived. You know what I'm saying? It's more than Esau once. That's what I'm
But
sure.
our numbers are still increasing because Jake
You know?
is popping them out, man.
Yeah.
And the girl that committed the abortion, another girl have like 8 of them, like 10 man. Yeah, they keep going, man.
That's fucked.
Go on, man.
It says, verse 7
You
that
can't do away with us with some stupid shit, man.
that the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of the Most High's children.
And that wasn't Edomites. The worthy colony of the Most High children were Israel.
Sons of Jacob.
We are superior to you Edomites, man. We're the chosen people. And our superiority is going to be confirmed in the new covenant. You Edomites will never be what we're going to be, which is perfect. In fact, you're the actual opposite of you're on the other end of the scale. You're the balance. We're going to become the perfect people, and you're going to continue to be what you are, the imperfect people, the people that represent everything which is foul and disgusting. That's what you represent. And the thing is, man, it's okay, because in the kingdom, we really going to bring out everything that you were doing.
Yeah.
Because there's even more. These people don't understand. There's more that we don't even know about that these devils have been doing, man. It's all gonna come out, and then people are gonna realize that, raw, this was a nightmare. Putting this man was the devil, and he was in rulership of the earth. What a nightmare! The earth was in terrible condition, terrible state.
We're gonna find out things that we're gonna need that spiritual body to process.
Hey, the Bible says when these men came into power, evils were multiplying the earth, man. That's the spirit of Esau. But he wants it now. The argument is that the evils is coming from us. All right, gosh darn it. It's them damn immigrants, them sub-Saharan blacks. We imported the third world. That's what. No, my nigga, he's you. You're the root. That's not to say that Jake don't do wickedness. That's not to say the other nations don't do wickedness. But you are the root and the conduit of evil in the earth. You are not the one that's keeping evil at bay.
Multiply.
Like they're the elves. You ain't the fucking elves, man.
Oh,
you might look like them, but you ain't them.
It's like, because you know what it is as well. It's like we've been talking about the Palantiri and stuff recently. You know, Palantir and the Palantir. Who made the Palantir? The so-called elves, man.
Yeah. Because that's who they think they are. The superior, noble beings. Ain't nothing noble about you, Edomites, man. You're scum.
Scripture says it.
And you're ugly. Most of the elites are ugly too. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
The higher you go up in Eastern society, the uglier they are. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's true.
You ever seen Camilla Parker Bowles?
Oh man.
Prince Charles?
Oh man.
William? We could keep going, man. The higher you go up, if you ever seen like them go to Ascot and when all the aristocracy is there, they ugly as hell. There's some ugly people, man.
Inside out.
Bro, they ugly, man. They hella ugly. That's a fact. The higher you go up in Eastern society, the uglier they are. They're a bunch of inbred, ugly people, man. Ugh. They're disgusting. Go on.
The book of Deuteronomy.
Hey, you ever seen the Rothschilds?
Yeah.
Especially the women, man. They're not good. They're not hot either. That's for sure.
Our brother said Kinsey was a follower of Crowley.
Yeah. He used to come to England. Like, it's all the information is there. And this is why when you get frustrated when you see these people. It's like a lot of this information has already been exposed. You know, so when you see people faking like they're exposing something on the mainstream, it's like, nah, if they really want to bring it out, they could bring it out. There's all the information is there to tie all these people into a cult factions, man, and then the witchcraft that they're doing. You know, the scientists.
Well, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 2 and start from 31. For their luck is not our luck, even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom.
The vine of Sodom. In fact, when you break it down, sodomy is one of the core tenets of witchcraft. There's more to sodomy than what people think. In fact, when you go into the depths of witchcraft, they actually call it the key of David, which is blasphemy. There is in their teachings, it's also known as the eye of Osiris. It's actually an anus. Yeah, they you could go a bit, you know, but this is just the truth. This is the truth. Like sodomy plays, it's the ideology. That's why when you hear about the stories of the Egyptian gods and the Greek gods, they were sodomizing each other because there's an ideology that when you sodomize someone else, you take their power. Hey, listen, bro. I didn't make this stuff up, man. This is just what the philosophy is. Is sodomy is at the heart of witchcraft. It always has been. Yeah, that's just how the game. That's how the game is played. But not our game because we're strictly forbidden from being involved in that kind of foolishness. But hey, when you're working with Satan, these are the things that come about.
Yeah. Once again, he's used that adult entertainment to really push that into the mainstream, man.
Oh yeah, anal sex and all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he once again
ass worship.
Yeah.
The unholy kiss is the kissing of the anus. Look that up.
Yeah.
When a witch, it says when a witch would meet Satan, she would greet Satan by kissing his anus. So then that's when you see all this eating butt thing that they've pushed through the media, through the entertainment industry, was literally satanic ritual. That's why I keep telling people there's a source to where these things come from, but they'll introduce it to the public in a way that it doesn't seem like it's coming from there. But understand that the people who are introducing it to you, it's not an accident.
Exactly.
So when they started doing all that ass worship, and then all of a sudden the man started talking about eating butt, yeah, you think that just come from, man are just preaching. No. This is them externalizing. Oh, yeah, that's the one, yeah? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, bring it out. Man say, oh, Ricard, you're going off. You're crazy. This is real. This is where it comes from.
You can find in the Wikipedia.
It's not me.
A schoolum in fame.
Hey, yo.
And it says,
going off, huh?
it's a witch's supposed ritual greeting upon meeting with the devil. The name means the shameful kiss or kiss of shame.
Yeah. So it's like with most things, a humiliation ritual. Yeah. So porn, they do it. You get me? And then now people do it, not knowing where it comes from, what it's really all about. It's a humiliation ritual.
Yeah. And if I can add as well, talking about how he will portray things in the media, is he'll like, for instance, when you watch certain of these like sitcoms or certain of these shows, it will be like, oh yeah, she let me do it in the butt for my birthday, as if and
least that's a prize.
Yeah, exactly. But then psychologically, that's pushing that. Oh, that should be something that I should be working towards.
And if a girl don't let you do it, yeah, then she ain't.
She ain't right.
Yeah, the peak of the, you know.
You know, know. So it's all he works on the psychology of that heart is deep.
And like, even if you was like, you didn't watch porn or nothing like that, like they take it out there, they put it in the music, or like they put it in the sitcoms. They make sure you know.
And that stuff wasn't normalized.
Yeah.
No.
It was these rappers and that all of a sudden it became normalized. That wasn't normalized when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Then it became normalized through who? These witches, these warlocks, these agents of manipulation, man. And then they make it acceptable to the people through them.
Because it's cool.
Because it's cool, man.
Yeah.
But they don't know that you're really, that's a glimpse into the world of witchcraft. We just showed you. That's where it comes from. That ass worship. Well, we all like a good booty, but I'm not talking about a good booty. I'm talking about, this is where the BBL comes from. And now the ass is overdone.
Yeah.
So it's not even enough to just have a nice butt. It has to be a big overdone butt. Just like it's not enough to have a penis. It has to be a 20-inch penis.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's now you're going in. It's over sexualized, over doing the things. Because it all goes back to witchcraft. Because guess what? You go into the temples. What would they have on the statues? 20-inch penis. It's because they're worshiping the phallus. So now it's the worship of the penis. Now, as a man man feel inadequate if they don't have a 20-inch penis. What the hell?
Which man, I remember.
It's bullshit, man.
I remember.
Say it, bro. Now, man, don't want to approach a woman, and they're scared to perform because they think, because if I don't have this monster fucking horse penis, then I can't please a woman. Because where'd you get that from?
Exactly.
Porn is not real sex, man. Them girls are acting. They're on drugs and shit, acting. Like, you think it's real? You think she enjoys having a 20-inch penis rammed up her backside through her damn cervix? You know what I'm saying? Bro, she fucking, she's a zombie, bro. She's on heroin and shit, man. She's not even a human being, bro. She's disassociating. That's what, you know what I'm saying, bro? But guess what? You got a whole group of young people now. They think that what they see on porn is real. And their sexuality is based upon what they see people on porn enjoy. So yeah, you might as well. You need to do it in the butt too, because
she likes it.
Yeah.
You need to piss on her, because that's great. You know?
Just don't let her catch you.
The Diddy shit, and that's why I said when the whole Diddy shit came out, the one thing, it was all a way of just exposing that stuff to the world in a sanitized way, because it's. What they're not telling you is it's not just Diddy, it's all of them. There's no such thing as a Diddy party. It's all of these. There's more parties than the Diddy party, and they're doing it in a ritual way. It's not just Diddy. It's not just because they like sex.
So I was going to say, so when you look into
and what ended up happening? Bust case, right? So really, what all that happened was they ended up normalizing the whole freaky thing.
The party.
So he didn't do nothing wrong. He's just freaking off. You do it too. So in the end, all that's happened is they've normalized the freaky behavior. Man was pissing. What was it? Pissing in the damn pool, and that's all. And it's the Crowley shit, man.
So,
and Cassie was just another sex slave, Salakia. And she's still a sex slave now. If you didn't know that, you think she's free. She's not free.
She ain't out the game.
She's part of the whole show that they put on for the people. That's all it is. I knew that Nerd Night weren't going to come from it, man. It was a show. They'll never, ever actually officially expose, because if they do that, it will expose everything. That's why the judges are put in position, prosecutors are put in position to stop things like that getting out. So if you see that it's got past the prosecutor, you know it was okay. Kamala Harris, when you become a chief prosecutor, your whole job is, you prosecute people. But when a case comes across your desk that's sensitive, that certain people don't want out there, your job is to be like, let's leave that one. The only way you'll see one that's like Diddy's one get where it got to is because someone behind the door, this is cool.
We're going to run this.
Run this one, do this, do that, and this is what's going to happen at the end of it. We're going to make that. If he was actually exposing real shit, the prosecutor would have deaded that off. Like, we're not trying that case. Get that out of the way. Don't talk about this on the news. You wouldn't even have known about it. That's how the game works.
So real quick, like when you look into, talking about, when you look into where the Most High made the body, man, it's just like, no, it's like naturally the vagina is only 3 inches deep naturally. and then the rest is all blah blah blah. So this whole thing about it's a big whatever what have you, like no, the Lord made it such that it actually is gonna fit. Like basically most man on earth is gonna be able to provide pleasure to most women on earth.
Yeah, but it's an obsession. It's just like Rome. It's the obsession and the fixation with sex, and then the exaggeration of sex. So it's not everyone likes a nice booty. Everyone likes, but I don't. This BBL thing is freakish.
Or the new
But it's a representation of that exaggeration of sex.
So you see these new jogging bottoms now where it's like it goes in the butt cheek. Here it is, you're just trying to lift and you just got like booty in your face. Like,
it's all exaggerated. It's you got the triple Z breast, triple thing, and the 20-inch cock. It's well, you could go to any museum and show them man doing those statues. It's all it's insanity of witchcraft and paganry. It's a pagan thing to be to think in that way. And in Rome, it was the same thing. So we're seeing Rome all over again. The over exaggeration and absorption with sex and the sex on the phallus and the vagina and so forth. It's a bit more says, yeah, man. Hey, look, man, sex is just sex, man. When you're a grown man, you got your woman and you do your thing and you do it well. You know what I mean? And you come with the passion, and that's it. That's how it. That's how.
But it adds with the whole adultery thing, because Esau allows adultery to run rampant, right? So every man's thinking about what other man's got, in his fucking trousers, what he can do to this girl and that girl, and comparing himself to that dude. You know, but when you psychologically, it's a fuck up. Like you're fucked up in the mind, like shit. Like, can I do it as good as the next bread that she was with, or you're gonna mess up in the mind, blood.
Because she shouldn't know what a big or small one is anyway.
She shouldn't know.
It's supposed to be so. Oh, nice, thank you. That's what.
But now she's thinking about the other brands. Like, inadequate. So these guys are being fucked up. They are kind of being pushed into that direction, into being obsessed with all this shit, because that's what Esau wants.
You gotta have your own confidence, man. That's as a man. You shouldn't be worrying about next man. You gotta do your thing, And you know what I'm saying? But that comes with being a man. So as a man, you gotta do your thing. Man. Don't worry about the next man thing. Do your thing, innit? You know what I mean? If your thing's lame, it's lame, innit? It's still good. Hey, if your thing's lame, then it's lame. Like, don't worry about it. You got yours, though. At least you got some, you know? Go on,
You'll find your fit, innit?
Hey, me personally, I don't think about no next man.
I don't want to think that,
good. But it's true though. People do feel inadequate, and that is a massive problem with even men nowadays approaching women and wanting, because they do feel inadequate. But it's the same thing with women. A lot of women feel inadequate if they don't have this super big booty. They feel like they're inadequate. Where does that come from? Because it's just been overdone.
Well, that's why they have all these surgeries, isn't it?
It's been overcooked. It's over, like, no one cared that much. But the media, the celebrity thing, made it this massive thing. Oh, look at the skin, look at the size, look at the size, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Like, like, bro, like, now we're going a bit too far.
What you do is the squats. You do the squats.
Like, it's the end all and be all of life. Like, nah, relax, bro. You know what I mean? Life is life. If you got a flat, it's gonna make it work for you.
Develop a flat.
The name means, hey, listen, sometimes she might have the flat booty, but she know how to ride. You know what I'm saying? Champion jockey.
The name means the shameful kiss, or the kiss of shame, since it involved kissing the devil's anus.
Yeah. So that's where you see that now. That's popularized now. Eating ass has now been popularized, and I'm telling you, this is where it comes from. The witches and the warlocks, through the music industry and so forth, and porn, have now externalized that to the people and normalized it without telling them, oh, by the way, this is where it comes from, because we're a bunch of witches and warlocks. So if you're not like me and you understand these things, you're confused, and you take on board like it's just some natural thing that's happening, when it's not. It's absolutely witchcraft, and that's why Esau got to go.
It's like, do you remember when the song got popularized? Supposed to be eat the boo, like groceries.
Yeah.
And,
that was
I couldn't believe it was in a fucking track, bro. I was like,
what?
Yeah, but they're pushing the taboos, and they've always used the entertainment to push these taboos.
Because they made it like a shameless thing now. Like, you don't feel ashamed for liking these types of things. But when I'm listening, I'm thinking, no, fucking nasty shit.
There's-
But they ain't no way to put that on the track though.
There's a new phrase out there, especially with these younger lot, especially these like liberal types. You can't kink shame. Nah, nigga,
Yeah.
we go on kink
Yeah,
shame.
because it's mad. Listen,
we go on
if you're
shame.
getting sex is not about. It's not about. Yeah, gal are gonna get hurt certain time and things like that. You know, everything already. Like. But I'm saying, yeah, if you sex is not supposed to be about. Oh, you know, and the bitch is choking and dying and shit. And you're like, you're like, what we doing here? That's called sadism. Sadism. But now sadism has become popular. Like, mans are just crazy. Like, wow, when I'm dealing with a gal, I don't know. I don't feel the need to choke her out. Like, I mean, as in, obviously, you might grab her. You might, grab her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? But that's part of the embrace, isn't it? A man are gonna grab gal, like, come here, position, and all them something there, yeah? But I don't want to break her arm and shit. Like, if a girl broke her arm, I'll be like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
That's the case, like.
That shit kind of put you off.
I'm gonna go real quick.
Wouldn't that shit put you off? 100%. Like I'm choking as she
Oh,
passes
fuck.
out, like,
Yeah.
and the eyes start rolling in the back of her head, like, oh shit, she's dead.
Oh, because you had that recent, you had that OnlyFans chick.
Yeah,
And
with
her husband,
Shannon. Oh, okay.
the husband knew about it, but she had some Edomite and she had like wrapped him up.
Yeah, and then he died. Yeah,
Yeah.
because all that goes back to what? The witchcraft, the sadism, which they've now popularized, the spitting on people. Why the hell do you want to spit on? Like, why would if I'm dealing with a woman, why do I want to spit on her? What part of that brings me sexual satisfaction? Spit in her face and all that. Why the fuck is? But where did all this shit come from? Think of it: spitting on her, pissing on her. The face shot. Where did the face shot come from?
It's dehumanizing.
Man, when I'm dealing with a gal, oh wait, stop! I gotta
Yeah,
stop. I
exactly.
get down on your knees so I can bust on your face.
Sounds
Like.
hella in the fisher blood.
No, but where did it come from?
Exactly.
Where did the whole facial thing come from?
That's the crowd.
It's a humiliation ritual. Exercise power. This is the sadomasochism. That's what they call it. This is what I'm saying here, but that these things have been normalized, but it's not normal behavior. If that's what's making you get pleasure from literally, that's serial killer stuff. That is literally most serial killers. The one that kill women, they're getting pleasure from the Bundy, and they're getting pleasure from choking women out and killing them.
The violence more than anything.
The violence, like, listen, I'm not saying you ain't gonna listen. But I'm just saying there's a line here where it's like, you be like, this is crazy. A vomit. Man, like, why'd you wanna make a girl vomit? I can't think of nothing worse. You know, like when
you don't even like it when you walk past it, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, you're nothing worse than when you go to a club, and gal have thrown up. But I'm done.
Man.
I don't even care if you brush your teeth or what. I don't care how piff you are.
I don't know.
For the, I'll check you on another day. I can't deal with a girl that's been vomiting. But some man, I know some man are blasky in it, so they just do anything. But like that basketballer the other day, the gal had been throwing up and then she fell asleep on the couch. That man had sex with her. I'm like, bro, she's been fucking throwing up. But man's actually the man's think that's cool. She's gagging and throwing up. What are we doing here? Where does that come from? Well, if you listen to a lot of the accounts from these boys that grew up in these boys' home that were being abused, that's the kind of stuff that they had to do. To do with eating PCs, drinking piss, vomit, and these things. And that's also in the movie 120 Days of Sodom. Because it's odious works of witchcraft. This is where all this stuff is coming from. And now it's just out there in the mainstream and normalized. And people are acting like, oh, this is cool. It's not cool.
Can we grab this real quick?
Yeah, go on.
It says Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says the thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There's no new thing under the sun.
This ain't nothing new. This was happening in Egypt, the sex cults. This was happening in Canaan. This is happening in Rome. It was happening in Greece. And it's happening again.
Realistically, when did it ever stop? These nations have always existed. You know what I mean? And even though Esau's always been in power, so you can say, he wasn't always doing this, but nations have always been doing this around. And Esau just borrows everything from everybody else anyway.
Oh, the Bachi boys.
Yeah.
In Afghan and in
That's always been there.
They're always
been there.
Because they deal with witchcraft too. So you got the Islam, where they're all acting like they're all holy and all this stuff. But on the inside of all that, it's all the odious works of witchcraft happening anyway. So now you've got the Saudi thing and it's exposed of what they're doing. So what do you think all that is? And then so now people think that's only happening in Saudi Arabia. I got news for you. What do you think Aleister Crowley was doing? Aleister Crowley, flipping, like I always said, when he went out into the woods with his acolytes, the stuff they were doing was so wild that they all got STDs here, and then in the end they left him. One by one, they was like, nah, this is too much, Rasta. Like my man, because he was just freaky. He said, listen, my mission is to just do the most odious.
The violator. The violator.
Billy Kincaid, man, can't be on this level, man.
So because it was something that came out of the whole that whole Diddy nonsense about how like Cassie, what do you call it? They were like, oh wait, why wouldn't she be on like birth control as they say? They were basically doing all of these things. Then you're thinking about the fact that when we read it in Wisdom 12 about the murdering of the child is part of that ritual, because and I need to rewatch it because I feel like that Sabrina show it really touched on that side.
Oh, they were bringing out a lot of witchcraft in that Sabrina. The new one, they were bringing out a lot of actual satanic doctrine in that.
Yeah, and it's all about defiling the soul as well, man. You know what I mean? Like it might not be that they need to kill that person but just having the human spiritually compromised.
Because you're never the same. Once you take part in them odious rituals, you're never the same because it's traumatizing. Which trauma is also part of witchcraft. So when you traumatize someone, you can actually influence them and put spirits on them. Trauma can, like MK Ultra was a program, mind control program, which was based upon trauma. You traumatize someone, and then you can then program them, which is what happens to people on a wider scale. This whole society is about traumatizing people, and then you can influence them and change their minds different ways. They don't even realize that. Like, even what's happening with Trump, MAGA's getting traumatized right now. They're traumatized. It's a psyop. So yeah, man. It's
because they're killing an idol.
Yeah,
in front of them,
and it's breaking your mind.
Yeah, because even with the whole slap with Will Smith. You had a lot of Jake that had looked up, and the humiliation with him and Jada. You had a lot of Jake that looked up to that relationship.
And it traumatizes.
And Jake was like, bruh. And if you look at Jake, what they've done to Jake recently, they've basically been taking down all of the idols of Jake, whether it was Cosby, right? Because Cosby was the perfect dad. He was the perfect dad, and then they basically took him down. Said Smith, a lot of Jake. That was he was a fresh prince. They grew up with Smith.
So that's why even when you see these people that they've been through the porn industry and all that, you can't save them because their mind has been broken in so many different ways from the rituals that their masters have control over them. Like a pimp. That's what a pimp does. A pimp gains control over his hoes through trauma. It's a trauma-based mind control programming.
Violence and drugs.
Violence and drugs, man. And then they break their mind, and then you can't take that woman away from that pimp.
No.
He owns them.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even like you try to date a girl that's had a abusive partner. So sometimes you can't because she's used to getting hit. Getting hit is love. So then she'll always be just like antagonizing you.
They got split personalities and all that, man. That's a real thing. And then the funny thing is, MK Ultra's real. They actually came out and admitted they were doing that, but then we're not doing it no more. And people are just like, no, absolutely. So think of it, if we're living in a world where they can do that, how many people do we see that actually under this program? People don't even think about it. Say if they had an actual mind control programming with trauma-based program, right? Then how many people do we see on TV that have been through this program? Oh no, the program. Sorry, they stopped that. It's not. That wouldn't be useful at all. Yeah, man, it's nasty. Yeah, but so Aleister Crowley, he made his woman have sex with a goat. Then he had her shit on an altar, and then he ate the feces.
Oh, that's too much, man.
This guy was on the next level, man.
That's too much.
The Diddy shit, the freaky deaky.
Reset.
And you got necrophilia, which what's his name was into that? Jimmy Savile having sex with dead bodies. Yeah, boy. Nasty, bro.
Reset. This is Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of a well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft.
Right, it says America's the mistress of witchcraft, man. Well, if America's the mistress of witchcraft, that means that the people that own and run and control America have to be witches and warlocks. Yeah. Because then, what is America? Is there an entity called America that's doing the witchcraft? Think of it, yeah. If America is the mistress of witchcraft, right? That means there's people in America that's committing witchcraft.
That's right.
that means the power structure and everything America is about witchcraft. Well, hold on. So, but then no, but then all the politicians, they're not into it. So then who's doing it then? If the politicians and the corporations and all the head people that represent America as they're the agents of America, they're the people that's actually running it and doing things, yeah? If they're not doing the witchcraft, then who is? Why is America known as the mistress of witchcraft? Yeah, it's because they're all into it. They're doing it.
But you know, your founding fathers, the Freemasons, they all put it together, just makes sense.
Party, man.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just some random ass people that are doing this witchcraft.
Nah.
You know?
And it goes deep. You know what I mean? It's throughout everywhere. Random people, man. Could be your teacher at school. Which we had a teacher at school that was open. Oh, Mrs. Crowley actually. What's her name? Crowley. You sure it wasn't Crowley? I'm pretty sure it was Crowley, but we didn't know nothing about Alistair Crowley.
She was kind of cool though.
But she was kind of cool. Hey, you gotta watch out for people like that.
But you can tell she was like one of those good ones, isn't it? You know, but she's kind of cool.
Listen, there's so many people that's doing madness that you don't know when you meet them. Like, for instance, Mr. O'Dwyer.
Yeah.
He was a pedophile. We didn't fucking know.
Well, they might not even know each other. They might be in the same sort of thing, but not know each other like that.
Mr. O'Dwyer was, and that's when the first time I realized that like, it really could be anyone. But Mr. O'Dwyer was one of our best teachers. Mr. O'Dwyer was cool. As in, like, he wasn't a dickhead. Even when we used to do PE, and I'll tell you what will mess you up. When we used to do PE, yeah, they used to want to make us go in the showers naked. Yeah? Like, and it was Mr. Mazdin, yeah. Oh, boy, you vile boy. Get in them showers, yeah. You remember that, yeah? So he used to be with his tied up fucking rugby shorts, yeah. So he used to make man go in the showers, and you know the teacher that used to like be on our side. Like, oh, don't worry, just keep your underwear on. It was Mr. O'Dwyer. He was the one that was kind of cool, like, yeah. Come to find about it when we left school, that he was molesting this other boy Ben the whole time. Took him to America on holiday and everything, and was molesting him and doing all kind of madness, like. Yeah, so look, man, you might think, oh, this guy can't be a witch and a warlock. They don't have to show themselves. They don't have to come out and tell you, oh, I do rituals.
Wear a t-shirt. Yeah, I'm rich. You know what I mean?
Now, if you watch him closely, you might see a little sign here or there. But people ain't always gonna come out and tell you I'm part of a secret society or I'm part of this or part of that. In the UK, they got a thing called Common Purpose, which is a organization that they use a lot to affect the education system. A lot of people don't know about Common Purpose. Yeah, and I never heard a teacher come out and tell them that they're part of Common Purpose. But it exists. It's just like it's hard to find a racist, right?
Until you go on Twitter, then all of a sudden it's
nobody ain't racist, like. But what was it? There no racism on it? God,
yeah. And it says that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft.
Families, they get your children through the TV. They're casting spells on your children through the TV. They're getting your children to take part in rituals through the TV. They're getting your children to buy into Harry Potter and all this stuff, which is a way of introducing them to witchcraft in a roundabout way. Oh, it's not real.
Fun, just, you know.
Yeah, but you're giving them used to the idea that there's a good witch. So all of a sudden now there's a good witch.
When you encounter these things, it's like, oh, but there's a good way, there's a bad way. And...
Yeah,
no, but it's all bad.
Oh no, I'm not bad. I do white magic. And if you notice, what they did was the original programs used to be a Catholic priest fighting against a Satan. Bear with me. Exorcist stuff like that. Hello, Santi, and all this stuff, yeah? Then it would just be a normal, everyday guy, and then he will get the help of a priest to fight the demons. All of a sudden, witches are fighting demons. Demons are fighting demons. If you watch most programs now that are about fighting Satan or fighting demons, the person that's fighting the demon is a witch. Or a demon themselves.
Another demon.
So the protagonist is a demon or a witch. Yeah. So what does that tell you? What is that doing? Yeah. Is it they're totally twisting the paradigm where
which is not bad.
There's a good there's a good and a bad side of evil.
Yeah. What was good? So when people are voting, it's
the same lesser of two evils. No, have you not noticed that? Yeah. Hardly any programs now will represent someone's on God's side and then someone's fighting Satan. Now it's like, oh well, this is a demon fighting Satan. It's like, huh? The demon's fighting. Oh, this is a witch, and the witch is fighting against demons. fucking witch.
Yeah.
So where's God then?
Mm.
And it's like, well, God is not really a thing.
Mm.
In you know what I'm saying, bro? It's a real thing. Watch most. I watch
Yeah.
because I used to like watching a lot of these programs. You watch a lot of these programs, you will find that they slowly but surely took the Most High out of being the adversary to Satan, and Satan's fighting Satan. But then now you're picking between two devils.
And even Satan, when they show him up, he's not even that bad. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
But Lucifer,
yeah,
they got the program, the whole program Lucifer, like where basically the protagonist is Satan. And then so these families
God's
are
the bad guy. You know?
Yeah.
He left everybody to suffer.
yeah.
That's what
So
it
then
is.
now your children will be sitting there watching the TV, watching these programs, and they're absorbing satanic doctrine without it being said that it's satanic doctrine. They don't know that philosophy that character is telling you is actually from Helena Blavatsky. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're learning it.
But this is what the dark veil is, man, because it's ignorance, right? The veil is ignorance. You don't know these things. You don't know what you're looking for. You just think it's a TV program.
Yep.
You don't actually understand, like we're going into today, the roots of all these different
That's
things.
feminism, like Peppa Pig, the mom does there's the rabbit woman does all of the male jobs.
Right.
I don't even notice. There's little subtle things they put in these programs, man. And then the dad will just be like stupid and bumbling.
Oh yeah, the bumbling idiot. Yeah.
But that's witchcraft.
Yeah.
You're already setting the expectation of that child from since they're young.
Yeah.
And now you basically destroyed their mind so they can't grow up and form a functional human being. Because what you're supposed to do is show a child the right examples so that they see that as their worldview. So when they grow up, they copy that. But when you're giving them something that's corrupted, they're gonna copy that.
Because why can't both parents be competent?
Yeah.
No, they won't do that. Like,
When you really watch, when you look through like cartoons and stuff, or TV in general, that trope of smart woman, dumb man appears everywhere. Look at Bart, look at Lisa. Look at even Avatar. I remember watching it, Avatar, but really when you look at it, you had the two side characters in
Korra.
Avatar. Korra was the smart one, and then the other guy was a bit of a dunce.
Yeah.
Right. And they keep pushing that trope. When you really watch witchcraft, you in your mind, like the elders going into it's programming.
oh, the cool kid.
Yeah,
The cool kid is always a dumb jock.
Yeah, that gets
Well,
all the girls.
Actually, you know what? It's not true because you can be intelligent and athletic.
Yeah.
Why do you need to be a dumb jock? And then that's the one that's cool, and the nerd is like ostracized. Well, that you've already programmed that, so then children copy that. They'll go into the school and say, "Well,
they'd rather be cool.
you're meant to ostracize the nerd," and it is gonna, you know what I'm saying? So this is and it's witchcraft. They're copy because you're gonna copy what you see. You're gonna copy what you see because a child don't know no better. A child's looking at the world around
But
them.
this is how Esau brings about his image to the world. What he wants to. This is how he does it through his witchcraft. This is what we're reading.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we're reading, right? So this is through these means how he can sculpt the world how he wants it to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I've been watching what do you call it, Fastest Car on Netflix. It was based like racing basically, right? And one of the things I observed is each time there was a woman on there, they kept saying, "Yeah, man, you know, I just want to show girls that we can do it too." And I was like, "Bro, that's a mantra that they have grown up with. Girls can do it too. Girls can do it too. Girls can do it too."
Just do what you do. Why you need
Exactly.
to go? Why you need to, because they've been watching TV programs that is programming this bullshit into their brain.
Yeah, they're always on submission. I've got to prove to every all girls that we can do your thing, innit? That's it.
Yeah, but our parents' generation didn't think like that because it wasn't pushed on them like that.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother and them wasn't in a war with men.
Yeah.
They just had expectations. When you go to my grandmother's generation, the man expected women to do certain things, and the women expected men to do certain things, but they weren't competing to do the same thing. You know, that idea is so fucking new. This equality and it's bullshit.
Well, it ain't fucking working.
And it don't work
Everything is not
because
working.
we're different.
You know, but there's all these sex tension between.
But
the
that's
men
why
and
it
women.
says it's subverting families because now your family is being destroyed. It's like basically poisoning your. You know, like you throw you sow seeds, and a man come and put poison Gatorade in your damn in your water, and starts behind your back watering your seeds, and then you're surprised when everything's grown up messed up. And it's through witchcraft, through casting spells. They put idols in these programs. They're casting spells, man. Drugs. They put the kids on the drugs.
You finished that, yeah.
The kids are on all these pharmaceutical drugs as well, psychological drugs, vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's witchcraft too. Because what's the symbol of the medical industry? The caduceus. Because they're witches and warlocks too. They're pharmakia.
Isaiah 47 verse 8. So therefore hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures. Because if it goes back to the butchery, man. Because this is what Esau promotes. Like I said, with the porn stuff and that, he's pushing all this out here, to be consumed, right? So that dwelleth carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They should come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries.
Yeah, the reason it's going to be perfection is because them nuclear missiles is going to be like perfect.
Yeah.
It's a clean sweep. 100%, the target is going to be destroyed, man. No one left. No prisoners of war, just destruction. The only ones that are going to be delivered is the elect of Israel, not the elect of Trump. So you
can't say this is not happening, because it's saying it's being destroyed for these very things. You're being ignorant of the fact that this is going on, So there's for the
where's Vocab Malone? Where's Vocab Malone exposing all the witchcraft in America? Oh, the Hebrew Israelites.
Every Christian should be.
They should all be like, hold on, what's going on with this Christmas thing? What's going on? Hey, hold on. In the Capitol building, why you man got George Washington set up there like an idol? Why all these Roman gods in the Capitol building for? Why is Persephone on top of the thing? What's this all about? Why? What's this owl doing by the Washington Monument? They should be asking these questions like, why is all these elements of witchcraft built into American society? Why is NASA named after a Greek god? I thought it was a Christian nation. Why did they name it Thomas or John? Why did you name it after Apollo?
Yeah.
Think of it. These are the questions man that Vocab should ask. But he ain't gonna ask because they're cool with the status quo. They're down with the witchcraft. He don't mind if it's witchcraft.
Because he's always in control.
As long as he could rap or try to rap, it's all good. And the UK rap is definitely better than.
For the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments.
The multitude. People don't realize the level of witchcraft. All these companies, these brands, all the covenants that exist on so many levels, from the small local witch up to the next level presidential witch level. There's so much witchcraft being worked. You turn the TV off, it's X Factor. That alone is just a massive amount of witchcraft. The damn concerts. Just everywhere you look in America, it's occultism and witchcraft being worked. People don't realize. Because guess what? The majority of people in America are not initiated to even see what's happening around them. They're not educated in the occult, so they see the symbolisms. Man, I never had a book with all the symbols in that, man, and it was showing you, so all these car companies, it's just all satanic occult symbols. It's not an accident, so someone's done this on purpose. Sigils and tattoos all over their body, man, and then you see the effects of it. Disney, their witchcraft. Hollywood, they literally called it Hollywood. And they build temples there. They build flipping Babylonian temples and all that as sets.
Fucking they advertise the shit Hollywood on the fucking side of the mountain. Or
the Oscar.
Yeah.
I got the BAFTA. We got the BAFTA here.
It's all witchcraft, man. The multitude of sorceries. The news is nothing but sorcery, lies.
Yep. This is but these two things, Slakia. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
Yeah, that's what they feel. They feel like they've done all this wickedness, and
it's in plain sight.
Yeah.
But because you're ill-informed, you don't see it. Yeah, it just flies over your head. But we see it. We know it. So we know exactly what Esau's doing and how he's going about doing this shit.
Yeah, they deal with the gematria. The numerology, and then you even had my girl come out and said it. Remember in that interview when she was talking on stage, Christine Lagarde, rich ass. Her daughter's not too bad either, man. You might have to link up with that still, get some of that inheritance. Christine Lagarde, she came out and she said, well, if you know anything about numerology, I remember she said it.
Why are they talking about numerology?
Why
did you bring it up?
Yeah, Christine. Listen, Christine Lagarde. I'm gonna get exactly what she said. Was it numerous?
So it was showing you they're into these things. They know about these things. You know, unlike the majority of people on earth, they don't know about nothing about numerology.
So much.
Oh,
Merci
yeah.
beaucoup.
Thank you.
You can tell I do as I'm told.
I do as I'm told.
Magic number 7.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Now let me first of all just begin.
Are they gonna pick it up?
No, I'm trying to get the point first.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's still time to do that, given that we are just exactly halfway through between our Western New Year and the
Yeah, she's very clued up in all this astrology, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Christine Lagarde, man, she's a witch. All these people are
So it's
witches.
as if we had prepared that together, which we have not.
Of course.
Now, let me first of all, of course, begin by wishing you all a happy new year. I guess it's still time to do that, given that we are just exactly halfway through between our Western New Year and the lunar New Year, which will loom in a few weeks' time. I think it's also appropriate to wish ourselves a happy
I'm
new
trying
year,
to-
given what I would
Most people
like to
even know
talk
nothing
to you
about
about.
numerology.
Let's see if I can skip to the bit.
Numerology is
There we go.
going to talk to you about, which has to do with the global economy and what we should expect for 2014. Now, I'm going to test you numerology skills by asking you to think about the magic 7.
I mean, look, man. I mean,
Magic.
what are we doing here? But they absolutely are into numerology. That's why you had 9/11 and all these different things are done on specific dates, man. 7/7. The end of the what world?
Yeah.
What was it? World War II? Was it 11?
11/11.
11/11.
Something like that, yeah.
At the 11th hour on the 11th
Yeah.
day of the 11th month. What the fuck are we doing here, man? What?
Why couldn't you just so you allowed man to die for a few more days?
It is done.
Yeah, they deal with all that numerology and they orchestrate events through astrology and all that because they deal with all that. Now, to think they don't deal with all that, then you're going against the scriptures because it's going to tell you that they're doing these things. Ronald Reagan, the day that he went to go meet Gorbachev, that was determined by an astrologist. And they said that openly. Yeah, I consulted my astrologist. Huh? I mean, no, was it Reagan? Let me see.
It was, I think he's met someone in Reykjavik.
Reagan consulted astrologist. Yeah, you got Nancy Reagan as well. She was heavy.
She was.
Yeah, it says yes. Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy consulted with astrologers, known notably John Quigley and Carol Reiter, during his presidency. Nancy Reagan's interest in astrology is well documented, and it's reported that she used the advice of astrologers to schedule presidential events and make other decisions.
Why would a Christian man, I'm assuming Reagan was Christian, right? Why would a Christian man consult these astrologers?
But it's in the scriptures.
Yeah.
They deal with these things, the divination and all that. We're not making this stuff up, and that's just him. They've allowed that to come out in public. All of that. Marie Blair, she was talking about the lights, seeing the lights and all this stuff, and he's another witch. The Blairs. Tony,
Witch.
yeah, the Blair Witch. Tony Blair. But you have to be, again, if you're going to be in number 10 Downing Street, you have to be an initiate. Because those are positions of high level importance within the priesthood.
Oh, your camera with the pig head and that, yeah.
Oh, they had that in the Black Mirror episode as well. The president had to pop the pig, to save the princess and that. Isaiah 47:10 says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge they have perverted thee."
Right, they have a deep wisdom and knowledge in the art of witchcraft, which includes groupthink, like manipulation, psychological operations, drugs. They know how to use drugs to manipulate people. Where did LSD come from? CIA. They created that and experimented on the college students on how to use it as part of the MK Ultra program. These men are not stupid. They know how to manipulate people. They know how to use AI and bots and social media to manipulate people and sway your opinions. They're experts. This is all part of their witchcraft, and they're experts at it.
Because even allegedly, I've not done an experiment myself, but allegedly it's like you have like couples where it's like they'll be looking at the same post for the woman seeing a whole different list of comments compared to the man, right? And as the elder's going into about groupthink, same thing with like when you watch comedy, you might find a joke funny, but no one else is laughing. So like you naturally, oh, okay, that maybe that's not funny. So what people do is when they're looking at comments, they're basically seeing, is this an agreeable point of view, if you will? And if there's a lot of people agreeing, it's like, yeah, cosign. So when they're seeing all these bots that are, let's say there's something happening or whatever, and these bots are agreeing with it, people, it's not it, people naturally like start, thinking that this is the status quo. Yeah, the common consensus.
Which is witchcraft. You're basically you're changing people's perception. You're creating a false reality for them to live in, which is what most people live in. Yeah. When you lie to someone, you're creating a false reality. You might as well put them in a hologram because they're not seeing what's really happening, so they're operating based upon a falsehood, which is a form of witchcraft. Smoke and mirrors. Esau has mastered that. That's why man to this day still think he went to the moon. And they operate based upon that thought process. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, like, when you tell people that he didn't, it's like, so you mean to tell me, because there was a lot of theater around there, right?
There you go. Oh, it can't be. There were so many people involved.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know how many witches and warlocks they have? You think there's only 10 people that's initiated?
That's it. Because for me, I just look at it like this, man. Esau, Switch says he can't have enough. If he goes somewhere, when's the last time he stopped going somewhere? Like he went, that journey from England to the Australians would have been treacherous as hell. I didn't stop him continuing.
That going to the moon thing put a lot of pride in man. It put a lot of pride in man because they didn't give. This is what we do know. They didn't give no glory to the Most High. They put a lot of pride in. This is look what we can do. We're gonna see what you can do with it. Listen, go on. Yeah. I want
to. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore evil shall come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yeah, when this kingdom actually starts going down properly, it's gonna happen in quick succession. It's not gonna take 50 years. No, it's just gonna go down quick. It's gonna be boom. It's gonna go down like how 9/11 went down. Boom, 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 boom. Right now it's moving slow, but as you get closer to the end, it's gonna be an exponential growth in fuckery. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the scriptures say. Like the birth pangs, closer and closer together.
Yeah, you haven't reached terminal velocity yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When it's time for this place to go down, it's gonna go down fast. It's not gonna be like. And then it's gonna be 100-year war with the angels and all this stuff.
You know what the angels?
It's gonna be like with the war with Jericho.
Yeah, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. This place is gonna, and you can already see things are speeding up. Because really, once things go pear-shaped, it's gonna go chaos, quick collapse.
That's it.
Rightfully so. And we're hoping that the Lord's gonna do it within this term, because Trump's doing a lot of things, man. Things are moving fast. The American people are ready for chaos to be consumed. They're broken, man. You Americans are broken. Trump broke you, man. He was like, the left were already broke because Trump was voted in, and the right is broke because Trump got voted in, and now he's telling you to fuck off. And you don't know what to believe now. You don't know who to trust. Oh, maybe he's just saying that.
He's going to clear all that up.
Yeah, you got man's hoping that. Oh no,
that's right.
What's really happening is he's just saying that because it's 4D chess. The art of the deal and all this shit. You know what I mean? Their copium is coming out. They're traumatized, man, because they really thought they built up all this energy. Yeah, and then all that bullshit. The only thing Trump has actually accomplished was that he stopped men from being in women's sports. That was what he gave you.
Yeah, that's it.
Other than that, is your life really better? Do you feel in charge?
Yeah. What?
If you were struggling to pay your bills before Trump came in, can you pay them now? And he wants to further devalue the dollar. He's telling you that. He wants the Fed to drop the rates, further devalue the little dollars that you have. Put the tariffs on you and told you that China's going to pay them when you're the one paying them. What have you won? How has America been made great again? Because you walked around like a tough guy, didn't stop no wars though. Oh, 60 deals in 60 days, or 90 deals in 90 days. Ain't no deals though. You got a few agreements. And none of the deals help you. None of the deals help the little man. The deals. But you man were like, yeah, fuck yeah, Trump, we're winning, we're taking America back. Now you ain't talking. How come, if he was doing all that good stuff, then how come you're feeling a bit strange right now?
Feel a bit uneasy, right?
Feeling a bit uneasy, right? Fucking idiots, man. But good, because America has to go down. It has to be judged, man. And you ain't got no saviors. And it's beautiful that you're going to find out that even your savior ain't no savior.
Right. Because they even got no savior.
You ain't got no savior, man. I don't know who went up there and told y'all that some savior, some white knight was going to come from somewhere and take down the globalists and give you back your good life. It ain't coming back. The jobs ain't coming back. The guy came out the other day and was telling man, become a tradesman. Yeah, AI can't take a trade job. Oh, yes, it can. Yes, it can. They're also building robots to take those jobs.
From the time I saw that mine in China, that was just like AI operated. I was like, because you think a mine, you'd need like, it's heavy machine that you need. Nah.
Bro, you don't. When they de-industrialized the place, the reason it didn't work, that's why in the north of England they're still fucked to this day, right? It's because you can't take guys out of the mine. This guy, John, right, he's trained to work in a fucking mine. That's what he does. He's been doing that since he's 18. He's now 35. He knows how to do that. You shut the mine down, and then there's nowhere else for him to go because he's going into a job pool that is already saturated. And he doesn't have the skills. Oh, get him re-skilled. He's 35. That's why in the north of England, you got a whole bunch of unemployed people because when they deindustrialize there, their man then all of a sudden become tech geniuses. Oh, okay, I'm just going to learn how to fucking use a computer. Doesn't work like that in real life. Just like
all they can do is go bottom
retail or something. Yeah, something that doesn't require skill. Because it's very difficult to be re-skilled after you've spent 10, 15, 20 years getting a skill. And then on top of that, you and the other 10,000 people that just lost their jobs are all looking to do the same thing. Yeah. So the same thing in America. As they de-industrialize America, turn it into a consumer society where it's basically retail and all that, these guys are all waiting for the jobs to come back. When the jobs come back, it's not going to come back the way you were doing the job. When the factories left, they left doing manual labor. When they come back, they ain't coming back like that. If they bring a factory back to America, if they're going to build a new factory, they're going to build an automated factory.
It makes no sense to do it any other way.
So what are you going to do? Did you learn how to operate a fucking robot? Like, are you a tech engineer now? No, you a dumb fat American that was sitting there, Trump God, bring the jobs back. What jobs, you fool? You ain't skilled to do the jobs that they do now. That's what you needed. You needed a new skill, you donut. So now he's bringing the factory back. Now he's telling man, well, AI can't take trade jobs. We're gonna need plumbers. So now you gotta go learn to be a plumber. You and everyone else. So you who are waiting on these factory jobs, now you need to become a plumber or an electrician to build the factories. But not just you, or the 18-year-olds or the 7-year-olds. So everyone's gonna become a fucking plumber to build the factories that are gonna be automated. And when the factory's done, what do you do then? You're just gonna have a whole bunch of people that have a trade that is now oversaturated. People don't fucking think. No, they sold you out because if someone get a Revelations 13, they sold you out. Elon already told you that in the future, you're going to have universal basic income because the robots and the AI is going to take your jobs. And then you guys believe Trump when he told you he's bringing your jobs back. How retarded can you, like, it baffles belief. And then you were championing Elon. Yeah, Elon, he's a hero. Elon told you ain't getting your jobs back. So you had two conflicting messages that you were receiving. And you were too retarded to decipher that. Actually, no, I'm not going to get my job back. So America's not going to be made great again.
It's a lie.
The people who own the robots, they're going to be cool. But what are you going to do? And then that just shows you the average American is a moron and doesn't understand economics. And all you need to do is get a guy in a suit to get up there, speak a few big words, and yeah, he's right, yeah, he's going to bring the job. They don't think about things. Actually think about what jobs are going to come. What are you going to make in America cheaper than anywhere else?
high standards of living, man. Yeah, well,
But not anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah. But it's a thing of like when them Chinese were basically building and working in those sweatshop factories, they weren't coming home to luxury.
No, they weren't.
You know,
But they're the ones that stole these man's wealth, probably.
But it's like those Americans, let's say those factories, and it did work, right? Trump, it wasn't an automated factory. Them man are going to be expecting American style wages. The same, I look at tech.
Or as I say, maybe they can do like those exchange student things. All the Chinese can come over to America.
But that's what they were.
And they go work
But that's what they were going to do with the tech. Because even Elon said, listen, we don't even have because Americans are so dumbed down. Because in China, the way they operate their economy is whatever they know they need, they get the kids to learn it. So they don't have a shortage of what they need, right? And then they subsidize everything with healthcare. But guess what? Like in America, the education system is designed to dumb everyone down. So it's the Indians and the Chinese that have all the fucking software programmers. So if they want to do something, they can't rely on Americans because they don't exist. Trump, the average MAGA supporter, don't know how to fucking do tech.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to bring in who? Indians and Chinese.
But the thing is, like, even if the things were to come back to the States, you'd have to pay them significantly more, making the product significantly more expensive. So the consumer isn't gonna buy American made; they're still gonna buy Chinese made.
That time has gone.
Yeah,
it left when they sold the plants.
America's cooked, and they know this because they're not trying to make it better for you. Trump is running a demolition job. He's demolishing America, getting you guys prepared to take your chip. Simple as that. That was what making America great was all about. It was really all about demolishing, finishing touches to demolish the American economy to make you people take this chip. And that's exactly what's happened. When I bring the tariffs, everyone's gonna get so much money, you won't know what to do with it. That's when you should have jumped ship. When a man is telling you that you're gonna get more money that you ain't gonna know what to do with, you know he's talking shit. That he's telling you what you want to hear.
It was a called millionaires like that.
Come on, man.
It sounds like the Barbie to me.
When you love a money thing. Yeah, everyone's gonna be rich. Yeah, how, my nigga? How?
Everyone was a.
Remember he said the tariffs was gonna get rid of the income tax? Where's all that talk now? And these people are like, yeah, get rid of the income tax. Yeah, they're morons, man. Go on, let's read Revelations.
Revelations 13:16. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Rich and poor. Now you got an attack on the rich now. So like over here in the UK, they keep talking about taxing the rich. Yeah. But the reason they're talking about taxing the rich is because ultimately the new system that's going to come into power is going to encompass the rich, meaning what people consider to be millionaires and people like that. They're also going to have to get the chip. So it's a way to justify bringing in the new system by saying, oh, we're bringing it in to bring equality. We're bringing it in because the system is unfair the way it is.
What does that sound like? It sounds like a reset.
A reset, yeah. So in the UK right now, the big thing that everyone's talking about is a wealth tax. Yeah, that's the problem reaction solution, because really what it's going to come down to is UBI. That's where all this is heading, that the system can't operate the way it operates now. So we need to have a system of resource control and allocation. And that's where it's going to come down to, because too many people are left behind. But they created a system that left all these people behind.
Exactly how it was designed to.
That was what it was designed to do. They devalued your currency and printed it and gave it to themselves. They knew what that does. Yeah. So whether you're great, whether you're nobody or you're somebody, whether you're rich or poor, you're gonna have to come under this system. Go on.
Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or on their forehead.
So that's the implantable RFID chip, which is going to allow you to tap into the one digital system. And that's really what it's going to be. What's the key word in tech? This brother knows: interoperability. The whole thing about when they first brought in all these computer systems, the big problem with these computer systems was they were disconnected. They were all designed differently and couldn't communicate with each other. This is also a big reason why a lot of fraud can happen. Because I don't need it, but
No,
oh, here, take mine.
it's going to start coming down a bit, isn't it? You brothers need it.
Yeah. No. You need them? No, yeah. Man affirms it. We're men, man. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you go into the tech world, right? Originally, like I said, they built all these different systems. These systems couldn't communicate with each other because they were so different. They weren't built to operate. So you might have a database over there and a database over here, and a guy will be on both databases, but the databases don't communicate. So this is how you can do fraud. You can get one benefit over here and get the same benefit over here, and nobody would know because the systems don't communicate. What they're building now into the new systems is interoperability, where things can all go from one to another seamlessly. Information can go from one to another. That's why they got the universal credit system here now. So all of the different benefits are all communicating. So it's very difficult for you to double tap on it. And that's what Doge was doing. Doge was getting rid of the man that double tapping and all that stuff, streamline all these systems. And now you can have one AI or a multitude of AIs that can operate the system because it can get access and communicate with all the different databases and systems. One system.
Yep.
That's why Google can interoperate with Twitter. Yeah, but like for instance, you got a Google account, you go to sign into something now, yeah? You can sign into it with your Google account, Microsoft account, or your Facebook account, and it doesn't matter. You can use the one account across a whole bunch of different systems. And what they'll start doing is the AI will start finding where you're the, say you got a Microsoft account over here, you got a Google account over here, it'll put you together. Whereas before, you could be over here separate. I'm over here, so I could do this over here, this over here. No, the AI, through how they're connecting these systems now, the AI will be able to say, this is John here, and this is John here. So you know what?
Same John.
We're going to identify you as the same. So you try sign into the system with this, then try sign into the system with this, say, hold on, this is the same person. Before, you could get away with it, right? So this is what you're seeing happening over the last 10 years, 5 years. The system is learning to be interoperable. The banking apps, you can go into Halifax, right? Or your Monzo and add your bank account from another bank. Yeah. So you imagine that you open up your Halifax and you can see your every bank account you have in the one Halifax. Why? Because the system is now what? Say it with me. Interoperable.
Yeah.
All the systems are able to pass information freely between each other. That almost then now gonna make it one system. And with that one system where everything is connected like a web, you just all need to do is put AI at the top of that.
Managing it.
And the AI can manage a multitude of AI. They could be like a work. You got a master AI that's now managing another 5 AIs. And you have one system of control. And you can't go around the system because everything's communicating with each other. And it knows it's you.
And as well,
the digital ID.
Yeah. So I was just saying, one of the things I think about is how over the CV, when the governments are given the different loans, they made the whole process dodgy in the sense that man's all committing hella fraud. So it makes me think about, okay, this time they're gonna be like, well, last time y'all were committing fraud with all of these.
One ID.
Exactly.
That's linked to your biometrics, so you can't fool the system. Because the system knows it's you because it's based upon your biometrics. You did your one digital ID, government ID, they call it here, the Gov ID thing, which is one ID for all of the systems, whether it's your driver's license, your council, everything. Oh shit, you fucked up. It happens, man. Get up, man. Man it up. Yeah, the mom's laughing. That's crazy.
Yeah. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
You ain't gonna be able to buy or sell because the system of resources is now linked. It's a system that is nothing moves unless it's counted and accounted for. We don't live in a world no more where it's easy for products to fall off the lorry.
That's what the dude said. You know,
yeah.
WF, I think it's WF.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He said, oh, you know, things dropping off the back of a lorry that, you know, not accounted for, but you know, once they're tracked and traced, they got, you know, these RFIDs and all that kind of stuff.
Cradle to grave system.
They everything's accounted for. That means it can never go missing. You know, that means we'll never lose out. And you know, man's supposed to make their money or supposed to ID this. They'll never lose out.
Yep. And they can start linking items to people, like your car. Or when you buy a car, you would normally have that stupid book, yeah. But what if now that is now linked to your digital ID. Then they know whose car it is. So if they see you in the car, they're like, hold on. Even the car will know it's not you. Yeah, you're not my owner. You're not my owner. You're not an authorized driver of this vehicle. You might have had the key, but then it scans you. Say, hold on, and then biometrics is not matching anyone you know what I'm saying? And that's where the system is going, where they can lock all the resources into a system that you have to be within the system to access these resources, and they then can control who gets what and when, who can do what and when, who can access the internet, who can get timed out. Remember, they introduced that thing into YouTube where you go, you chat, and now you're timed out. Yeah, that's what the future's gonna be. They could time your ass out of the internet. Yeah, you cannot no longer access the internet for a week because of some facial expressions you made when you were supposed to
show the stain.
Yeah.
That's where it's headed.
Because even on the internet over here, and this is how they do things, right? They'll propose something like that's logical, right? And people get down with it. Like for instance, right now in the UK, they're changing adult entertainment. Will be like, are you over 18? Right, and people just like, yeah, and then you got access. So there's a new law which is now basically they have to have something that's a lot more stringent, right? Whether it's AI facial
KYC,
ID, basically like KYC, or you can just have like put some ID to prove that you're over age. But what that's basically doing is getting people used to the fact of authenticating to use the internet. Right, because then once you've got that account in one place, then that operator will be like, oh, Mr. Gambling site, we can just do it here as well. So now they're tracking your activity on this site, tracking your activity on that site. How many times do you have to get approval to use this site? Okay, so
exactly. That's where the system, everything is being linked through technology. Everything is being numbered, and everything is being linked, and everything is on the internet. Everything is being put into a database, and that's what the AIs are going to process. So they can do the controls. Oh, there's only a certain amount of rice, so we're gonna have to control these men over here. They can only get 2 grains, and they'll put that into the system. So then when you go into the shop, you go to buy 2 grains or 4 grains. They're like, no, you can only buy 2. You buy the 2 grains and think you're slick, and you go into another store. Well, guess what? It's all interoperable. The system knows what you've done, so you can't do it again.
Oh, club card, club card, all of that stuff. That was all for because apparently what they did is they actually sold. You know, Tesco, you go get a club card. Because I mean, let's be real. You see certain bottle of yak that's like 20, and you with a club card it's 12.
Right, you have to sell out for the New World Order. Immediately, brothers is fighting to get them
deals in it. But then what's come out allegedly, Tesco has now been selling that data across, like because it's people's spending habits. So it's now like as Elder's going into, it's just like if they know what they already built the systems to know what you're buying across as an individual.
Well, your bank knows. So when you go into your banking app, it knows the type. It will tell you, oh, this month you spent such and such a bunch of things on leisure. And certain amount of things on.
When it's like purchase that's not usual, they'll notify you. In case it's fraud, right? It's like, oh, this doesn't match your habits or whatever, or your location where you
normally.
I heard like Arteta, he bought a trophy cabinet. They was like, this ain't normal, or some trophy polish or something. Anyway, that's what I heard.
And it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
You're gonna have to have this mark. Now, Trump came out. That's another thing. Oh, we're not gonna have no CBDC unless Congress. It wasn't a law saying there wouldn't ever be a CBDC. It was saying that the Federal Reserve can't make a CBDC unless Congress allow it. But then now you got all these stable coins. But the stable coins do the same thing that a CBDC would do. It's just a digital currency that could be programmable. And it's what? They're all pegged to the dollar, which is a problem. So then imagine this year, you've got the dollar. Infrastructure. It doesn't have to have the actual dollar they have was to just go into the dust. What would be left? You'd have a digital framework for a currency that's still there. You just rename it the new dollar and keep it pushing.
Say it's real.
And program. Exactly. So they're already building the system for that. They just need more crisis to get people to jump into it. They need a crisis that's going to be so bad that people are going to look for something new, and it's already going to be there for you. They got everyone buying into Bitcoin, and no one's asking who created Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And the fact that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, and the fact that Bitcoin cannot sustain itself, it was just going to become a bigger and bigger network that would take over the whole planet. Man's have done the numbers. It's dumb, but it's done. And Trump is pushing you to get into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's flying through the roof and all-time high, and everyone's seeing it, and they're jumping in and putting their money into Bitcoin. This is the creation of a crisis. Because what happens if some kind of security fault happens with the network, or them big whale accounts like Satoshi's account just dumps all the damn Bitcoin onto the market and it crashes? They'll be like, oh, see, well, that's why you can't have a currency that you don't know who built it. But guess what? We've got some currency right here that's above board, and you can't print no more of it. It's a set amount. They already, listen, man, Esau's the devil. That's what that guy said as well, the same guy from the WWE. We can just blow that up one day.
And that obviously shows you the insight, the mindset
They
they have.
know what's going on, man.
You know,
the demolition is coming.
And this is why it should always be, because I know the whole crypto thing is always anonymous and freedom and all that kind of bullshit, right? But you don't know who fucking started the shit, bro. Who's what it is that?
Yeah, who would actually have the ability and the technology to create some
unknown?
You know, I wonder. What organizations would have that ability
and get everyone to adopt it
as
well?
Like, it's important. Like, I know you need to know the grass movements.
Grassroots
of these things, man.
But then as well, it's just like for most retail crypto investors have KYC.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're at the exchange level.
Yeah. So now everybody.
So they know exactly what you're doing. Listen, the whole
to
thing
the point where the general people want it to happen.
Yeah, because they wanted access to the system.
Yeah.
Because the crypto has now been incorporated into the mainstream system, which was always the goal. Donuts, blockchain, and all that was always part of the fourth industrial revolution, man. It's like Skynet.
And it says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66.
That's 666, baby. And we're very close to that. We're very close. Listen, the dollar, it's 11% of its value, right? But it's still doing things. But remember, they're already putting in place the replacement system. And that's what you got to look at. That these digital CBDCs that are being built, and I always explain it to people that the dollar is a specific infrastructure. Don't think of the dollar as a currency. Think of it as an infrastructure, a very unique infrastructure. And it's why no other currency could take the place of the dollar, because the dollar and the correspondent banking infrastructure that it built throughout the world is second to none. No one else has that set up. But you know what has allowed itself to replace that? Digital currencies. Digital currencies take away the need for that infrastructure that the dollar was built on. So they already have the new infrastructure. BRICS and all these are building. Even though on this side, they have the new infrastructure. Companies like Ripple, Circle, all these guys are really secretly also building the replacement infrastructure. Even the Fed is building the replacement infrastructure for the new digital system that's coming in. And then so all you got to do is devalue this dollar to hell, which they're already going to do, because Trump's telling you he wants to flipping drop the interest rates by 300 base points. You know what that's going to do to the value of the dollar, man? You just flooding the place with fucking cash. What do you think that's going to do? It's killing the dollar. That's what's been killing the dollar. Them printing dollars is what's killing the dollar. And he's saying, yeah, we're going to do more of that.
If I could say, like when they spoke about the mRNA, people are, oh, it's new. One of the things that they said was, no, we've been working on this for the last decade. And in the same vein, when this thing happens, they're going to be like, no, actually, we've been building these systems up for quite a while.
The old one was outdated.
We tested it. It's reliable. It's quick. It's fair.
You know, that old system was a lot of fraud in there. It was unfair. It was unfair to the poor.
Banking the unbanked.
We can bank the unbanked now.
Exactly. Everybody can get the blacks, Hispanics.
Everybody can get a piece.
Well, there was an advert like that with Spike Lee. It's like this old
Oh,
money
yeah,
was
yeah,
unfair, it was racist. But this new money, it was a Coinbase advert. or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, man. All right, let's jump back to 47 and we'll close up.
Yeah, Isaiah 47.
Yeah, so the stable coin bill, one of them, they got a few lined up that they're gonna pass over the next couple months, which is them pushing through the MOTB system. But they just passed one the other day, and again, what was everyone distracted with? This Epstein loophole, that rabbit hole. You ain't seen no fucking list, man. You think they writ those names down?
Yeah, for real.
Who would do
They're not
never gonna
Al-Azhar.
see a list.
Like,
great
paper
evidence.
trail.
And you know what people talk about? You know, sometimes you have to think about this blackmail, like how legitimate all this blackmail is. Is that if all these elites that's on the list are all doing the same thing, right? Technically, how do you blackmail them? Because if you release what you got on me, then I'll just tell everything and everyone will burn. It's not really a good strategy if you really think about it. If they're all involved, blackmail only works well when you ain't got nothing on you.
When you're not compromised.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, if you bring out a high profile person, let's say they got something on Trump in a ritual doing some madness, yeah, and they bring that out, that wouldn't just take down Trump. Because Trump would immediately just say, fuck it, then like, okay, this guy was there, and now the whole system's fucked. Because it'll be a domino effect of fuck it. We might as well just air out all the shit that we got. They ain't never gonna bring no shit out, man. There's never gonna be no. The Epstein thing was a QAnon because they needed to cover up Pizzagate, because the people that exposed Pizzagate weren't like plants. That shit, they just found the shit because they were being very open with the Pizzagate stuff. And then so after the Pizzagate, you had QAnon pop up out of nowhere, and then QAnon turned it into a left versus right thing, where the deep state is the left and the Democrats. And then it went from that into the Epstein stuff. And that's why everyone's focusing on Epstein, but people hardly talk about Pizzagate. But there's a lot of investigation that can be done in Pizzagate. But notice they don't talk about Pizzagate. They talk about Epstein because that's something that they could just...
It's easy to focus on one individual.
Focus on that, run it down the rabbit hole, have you arguing backward and forward about a fucking flight list, yeah? But then at the end of it, nothing comes from it. And they've just passed the bill for the MOTB system to come through. But nothing to see here, right?
Isaiah 47 verse 12 says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Right, from the beginning of America, they were witches and warlocks, and they've been doing witchcraft from the very beginning. So you can imagine when they had Jake, because even now, a lot of Jakes are being abused in the system because Jakes are the most vulnerable. Okay, Sandusky, who was he molesting? Jake, because the children that are most vulnerable are children that come from broken homes or children that have been taken away. The majority of children that are in that situation is who? Jake children. Jake, by design. So imagine they create a system that creates broken homes, and that same system that creates broken homes allows them access to a lot of children. Right? But what do you think they were doing in slavery then? Can you imagine, like, they've got actual unlimited access to Jake in slavery. So they were doing the same thing. Imagine the amount of children, Jake children that would have been taken, and the master's doing his thing with them, and doing all, because they're his, right?
And then, you guys want to pretend like that shit wasn't going on. Like every fucking slave master was gonna write in his memoir, yeah, this boy to do it. Like most of the stuff we know about slavery isn't most of what happened.
No, it's
not. You know what I mean? This is what our perception, because what we've been told about it, but there's more.
Yeah, there's always people that provided for people's illicit needs. You think they didn't have that back then with slaves? They got a young buck, man come ride out the buck.
Things have always been the same throughout history. It's trade, isn't it?
And there weren't no internet back then, so that man could do what they want on the ranch.
Yeah.
Broke back boys. No.
He's got a lot to pay.
He got a lot to pay. He got more to pay for than people know. That's for sure.
Verse 13 says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, that now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall
so
be...
that tells you that all these people exist in America.
Yeah.
But how come it's not mainstream to that degree? That this is what America is built upon. They think America is built upon science. It's not. It's built on witchcraft. And a lot of that science is witchcraft. And a lot of them scientists are witches and warlocks. We always go back to the Lunar Society. Darwin and all them. They were witches and warlocks and paganists. George Cuvier. Charles Lyell. These were all known flipping occultists and Satanists, man.
Verse 14, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There should not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored. Even thy merchants from thy youth, they shall wander everyone to his quarter. None shall save thee.
That's right. America, there's no savior for America. There's no savior. There ain't no savior. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't know what to tell you, man. There's Superman. I know they just made the James Gunn movie, but Superman ain't Superman ain't coming to save nobody. Iron Man, the Avengers,
James Bond.
America's gonna go out in pure terror and destruction, and it's not gonna get no better. See, they thought things were gonna get better from when Trump came in, but it's not. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for you and your family, man. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna be more violence, more poverty, more chaos, more lies. You ain't gonna get all that money Trump was talking about, man. You ain't, that lifestyle ain't coming back. If you fell out the upper middle class and down, you ain't going back up.
No. Only down from here, man.
Everyone's gonna be online trying to get views. That's all it's gonna be. That's the new thing now. Shit, I mean, we try to get some followers, man.
And YouTube's changed the rules as well recently. I don't know how much it's gonna impact lots of different people. They're changing the rules of who can get paid, man.
And really, when you're even doing all that shit in America, you're competing with the whole world. And it's really more lucrative to do that shit if you're not from America. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine like them man that are from third world countries that can get like, if they can earn like $500 off streaming, that's big money for them. If you earn $500 of streaming, yo, fuck.
And the thing is, it's like a lot of them streams, that's like a full-time job, man.
Yep.
You know, to only get $5 at the end of it is, you know, but that's why once again, these elites will dangle a Kais and that or whatever that are balling out of this world, and they make it seem
and
like
juiced.
and juiced in. That's the thing, they're juiced in,
managed by the same management company.
That's it, right? And people think, and this is the thing about the algorithms, is like he can just like make that video have 1,000 views.
Yeah. Well, like Andrew Tate,
he's
an example of that. He was the elites, or you know, he was Snoke. The man them in control of the algorithm was pushing Andrew Tate like never been seen before. And that's how he became the most famous man in the world out of nowhere. Like but the Matrix was against him. No, he weren't being shadow banned. They wanted everyone to know about it.
Oh, because there was a Twitter leak like a couple of years back, and it showed you like all of the different words that basically were blacklisted and stuff like that. You're telling me they couldn't just add Andrew Tate?
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's why most people are shadow banned, like us. It's going to be difficult to come across our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got to be with the Lord to do all. Our thing ain't going to get pushed like Andrew Tate thing is. You know what I'm saying? You seen one of our videos
against the Matrix.
You remember one of our videos is stuck on them views?
Frozen in time.
Frozen, bro.
Because it was moving rapid.
Then it just capped.
And then 800.
The Sentinels came through.
Yeah.
The real Matrix is after us, not this plan. This dad CIA trying to come out here talking. And then you notice, this is how they operate. As everything was dying down to add, the woman came out and said, "Oh, they paid me to say those things." Yeah, of course they did, because the whole thing was a show anyway. On both sides, like it's all BS. Don't believe these people, man. If he was really an enemy of the elites, he'd be in jail. You would never hear a word of him again. They'll just put him in a jail somewhere, and after 2 months, man will forget he ever existed because Piers Morgan ain't gonna talk about him no more. How a man cancelled and going on Piers Morgan?
Come on, bro.
People are so fucking stupid, man.
The accounts of whistleblowers that just died, like
It's a
how many whistleblowers died? We know their names. You gotta dig deep to find them.
Because remember, there was a time the guy that was whistleblowing against Boeing, man turned up dead in his car, spoken about for like a day and never again.
That's how it works. Because they can make sure that the news don't talk about you, period.
Yeah.
No one will talk about you, and you will be forgotten, because the world we live in, everything is
Instant. Yeah.
like Jota. Like, man, I'm gonna forget about him. Like the only reason people are remembering that he died is because they keep doing the whole moment of silence before the game. Like, give it a month or two, they'll forget about it. God, no one's that memorable.
Yeah. After they lose to Arsenal.
We consume too much content in rapid succession.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to stay relevant now. So if they want you to be forgotten about, they just close off the algorithm, make sure none of their agents and the media talk about you, and most people are not really that caring to find you. They'll just forget about you and move on to the next guy.
Push something else.
You know, that's how the game works. So anyone you see that's getting that push and they're constantly being talked about in the media and all that, it's not because they want you to know about them then. Obviously, otherwise they just wouldn't talk about you. Like, why would you mention someone like Piers Morgan talking your name to millions of his fucking fans, like, so they can go search you? But we, the Matrix is after me. I'm a kickboxer. I'm a manly man. Fuck out of here. This is an actor like Tupac. But anyway, with that, man, we're gonna close up. Say, Carl, double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone. I honor you brothers out there in the highways and the byways. Shalom.